And a big welcome to the TIO Stadium in Darwin. Round 4 of the NTFL. Tiwi Bombers to take on Darwin Tiwi Bombers in 8th position on the ladder. 0-3. They've lost their first 3 games. They've been competitive, but they haven't managed to get across the line. And the Darwin Buffaloes, well, they got a terrific win last week when they beat the reigning premiers by Wanderers, when they stormed over them in the second half of the match to score a terrific win by 2 points. The week before that, they got close to the team that played in the grand final last year. St Mary's, they got within a kick of them as well. But they're in 5th position, 1 win and 2 losses, and looking pretty good down. Confident they are. They come out here today to take on the Tiwi Bombers. Now, joining me in commentary is Jared Eilert, 200 games in the NTFL, 5 times premiership player, 2 Nichols medal, and he knows this game better than anyone else. That's why he's with me. Hello, Jared.
Hi, Charlie. Thanks. I'm trying, mate. I'm still learning. It's very much.
Well, this is a good game in front of us. I mean, they're low on the table, no doubt about it, 5th and 8th, but it's a good even contest, and that's simply because they play a similar style of footy, these two.
You're absolutely right. I was going to say that the Darwin Buffaloes have overtaken the Tiwi Bombers in terms of their excitement, in terms of their rawness, in terms of their ability just to make something out of nothing, and I think the Darwin Buffaloes have a little bit more in the defensive tanks for this game.
Kieran Davis will look after the stats for us in this match. Stats will be all important. How many times they can get that ball out of the middle. There's no recognised ruckman in there as far as I can see. Todd Miles will do the ruck work for Darwin, and I'm not sure who'll ruck in there. Is it might have been Jabaston Priest, I think, will do the ruck work for the Tiwi Bombers. Who's going to win it, Jared?
Yeah, look, I think Darwin Buffaloes, with the momentum from their win over Wanderers, will get over the line by 5 points.
Round 4 is underway for Saturday. We had a game last night with St Mary's having a 21-point win over the Palmerston Magpies on this very ground, all held up in the middle. Umpire comes in and balls it up again. Might see a bit of that today. Stop-start footy. He's got to jump at the footy, and he's done that in the end. Todd Miles got a good tap down, ball left on the ground. Number 11 in there for Darwin. Had an outstanding second half last week. Free kick picked out of it. It's a Darwin free kick, so they'll have first journey down inside. Then around the man on the mark was what they tried to do, down towards the 50-metre line. Intended down there for Timothy Eldridge. He didn't get it. The sweeping work done by the Tiwi Bombers, and they bring it out wide off the boot there of Dion Munkara, down towards the forward line, and Saints and Tiwi Bombers there take a mark. Saints were good last night. Did you see any of that game, Jared?
I did. They got the job done. It wasn't overall convincing, but they got the job done, and obviously Cameron Eilert's 100th game for the St Mary's Football Club, and a good result for him in the club to get the 4 points.
No relation of mine, but the brother of Jared. Heavily bandaged, bangs away with the left boot. An early start, they get a bit of a fly.
Absolutely, confidence, I think, for both these teams are a big factor, and great running of the football with Dion Munkara off the half-back flank. William Rioli Jr. getting an early touch, and that'll help his confidence. And to have a set shot for about 40-45 metres out early in the game and slot it will do wonders for Tiwi Bombers.
Willie Rioli, you mentioned him. He's a bit injury prone. I think he's had some injuries, hasn't he? He's missed out a little bit, but gee, on his day, he's a game winner, isn't he?
Absolutely. He's as a 17-year-old, he won the Cheney medal in a St Mary's premiership in 2012-2013. He's coming off a pretty good season with the Glenelg Football Club and done the player in 2014. Miles
won the tap down, but Semmel comes away with the foot. He goes low, and he turned it straight over. Darwin have it. They're in trouble. They're going to be penalised. Good run down from the back. Was well done, Adam Tippenwoody. They can charge forward. It's with that man, Willie Rioli. Lines up and goes for goal. They got 2 in a minute, the Bombers.
Out of the blocks, aren't they, the Tiwi Bombers? And William Rioli for his probably 3rd or 4th possession in the first 2.5 minutes, so he's setting himself for a big day out.
Now, Jared, they've done this a couple of times, Darwin. Slow to start. You might remember last week, the first half, they were down 6 goals at half-time. Mark Motlop took them for a walk over to Punishment Hill and talked to them in the sun for about 20 minutes before they switched on. They can't do that. This team will kick 8 goals against them in the first quarter.
Absolutely. The stats from the Wanderers game and Buffaloes, they were neck and neck last week, and it was just a matter of the skill, the execution, and getting the score on the board. They can't let the Tiwi Bombers get out or blow them away in the first quarter.
Collison is in there, number 14. He's run away from the footy. They might try and work it to him. They can't. Tiwi Bombers have control of it. Handball around the body. Semmel was pretty good. Now it comes back to the big ruckman. Todd Miles goes to ground with it. Back to Wills. Wills got the handball off. Cam Stokes with the kick out of the middle. Thumping kick right down in the forward line. A little bit of holding on. Umpire says it's okay. Darwin get back there through Hagan. He's an exciting young player. Michael Hagan plays with Territory Thunder, but they're equal to the task here. Tiwi Bombers out wide with the handball towards Bradley Palapamini in the back pocket, and the little kick goes out wide and a chance for a mark out there, not completed by Petrie. He overran it, gave the handball back to Palapamini, caught in the tackle. Good work done out there. Jared Stokes turned it over for the Buffaloes. Handball to no one in particular. Landed on the ground. Clean-up work came from Semmel. He's done pretty well. Semmel, he's had a few touches, and his vision was terrific. Gave it to Austral, just backward at the centre circle. All the run with the Tiwi Bombers at the moment. Off the boot of Fernando, down towards 50. Gets right over the top. Darwin in defence under pressure. 2-on-1 here. They're going to have to work. They've lost their footing. It gets to the hand of Jared Cunningham. Goes for gold as Jared Cunningham misses to the near side. Minor score. He's a sharpshooter. He's a dangerous player, number 37. Keep an eye on him.
Absolutely. Tiwi Bombers from the back line. Buffaloes didn't have a hand on them. So quick execution, speed on the outside. Buffaloes need to get a little bit closer.
Mark Collison, who I mentioned before. Good kick from him. Gives it to Sean Wilson. Had a terrific game last week. Calling for it is Todd Miles, the ruckman. He goes in that direction, and it's going to hit the ground there. And the big ruckman, oh, he's a rover. He picks it up. He gets on the right, but that's a terrific kick from him. Straight to Liam Philpott, and the ruckman come rover, hit him on the chest.
Great work there by the big fella and Todd Miles, and just a couple of noticeable outs from the Buffaloes. Christopher Moreland, who kicked 2 goals last week, he's out, and Dean Hollyman, the big guy up forward that really pushed Wanderers, he's out as well. So big game from Todd Miles today.
It was good work from him. Here's the chance to kick him. What have they done? They missed it. Can't miss the easy ones like that. Must kick them.
It's a replay of last week.
We saw it, didn't we? Bradley Palapamini goes up the corridor with the kick. Was a nice one. Gave it off to Semmel. And Semmel goes further now. Space in the middle. They've opened up this centre area, haven't they? Can run from here. He goes Orstos, drops the kick inside the 50-metre line. Onto the boot goes Braden McLean. Kicks it goal and kicks it. So Braden McLean kicks his first. Oh, that might be his. I reckon it's his debut game, isn't it?
Braden McLennan, yeah, and that's just too easy for the Tiwi Bombers. They opened up some space at the back. Todd Miles, even though he set up the last scoring shot for the Buffaloes, he wasn't too sure what the setups were, and just allowed 2 Tiwi Bombers players to run past them, and they just opened them up at the back.
It's a famous name, that McLennan, isn't it? Played for Saints. There were a couple who played for Saints all those years ago.
Yes, what was his name? Oh, I can picture him.
Mr.
Yes.
McLennan.
Joel, it might have been. Joel.
I think it's a Willie McLennan as well. But good one. There he is, Braden McLennan, early on in the match. I confused him with Braden McLean, who plays as well, but he ain't here.
No, he actually missed last week's game for Wanderers against the Buffaloes.
So 3 now. 3 unanswered goals. Even though Darwin are winning it out the middle, and done that again with Wills' kick. He turned it straight over into the hands of Bradley Palapamini, and he's turned it back over too, and he gave it straight off, and the mark was taken there by Dylan Gordon. He can play forward, he can play back, doesn't matter where they ask him to play, he does it. Alan Obst on the ball. Didn't keep it in the play, and it rolls over the boundary line. Wasn't there a great Obst family that played in South Australian footy? Trevor Obst.
You are definitely testing me on my history here, Charlie. We're going to have to talk about this before we go on there.
Oh, many years ago, Jared, many years ago. You weren't around then. A little tap down. It's an unfair question. Bradley Palapamini. Little handball nearly got across to Timothy Eldridge. Campbell emerging with the footy. Up of the goal square. Wants the big man and finds him down there.
So we're just talking about his name in his hands early, and hopefully, for their sake, they can actually capitalise on that forward entry.
So he's right out in front. Chance to kick the first goal for the Darwin Buffaloes. They've been under siege in this first 7 minutes. And this man, he looks like a good footballer. He's got all the attributes you'd want. Good body size. Can he kick a footy? Yes, he can. Directly out in front, he slots it. Just what Darwin wants, someone his size up in that forward line. He answers their prayers.
Absolutely, and the forward entry there from Matty Campbell, who didn't play last week, so that's a big boost for the Buffaloes. And we know Matty's history. He's a Pioneers player from the CIFL, 2004 Minahan medalist. Spent some time at North Adelaide, then got drafted to the North Melbourne Football Club in 2006. Played 82 games, kicked 79 goals, and he's a big in for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Oh, very handy player for them. He's in that engine room. And you stack him up there alongside Phillip Wills, and then you get Phil Pott in there as well. They've got some good ground level players, haven't they?
And Cameron Stokes down back, just sort of settling things down. So, yeah, they've got the makings of a great side.
Cameron's the bulldozer. Dylan Gordon got the tap down, so they've capitalised on that. The kick forward again. Obst underneath it, got his hands on it, and it just fell out of his hands. Matthias Liddy tries to clean up. He's been given a job in defence. Normally he plays forward. Darwin with that control of the footy. Off the boot they go. Watson kicks it goal, and I reckon he's got it.
Great left foot snap by Jared Stokes. And, yeah, you called it, Charlie. Matthias Liddy, normally up forward and a sharp shooter out of the goal square. This time, I think because of the size difference up forward that the Darwin Buffaloes have, he's been forced to go back and do a job. And there still is a good foot of difference in height between him and his opponent.
Good goal there, Jared Stokes. That's having ground level players down there when the big man can't take the mark. It's such an important part of footy, isn't it? To sweepers and the crummers.
Absolutely. You need, I mean, Jared Stokes is one of the best in the competition in terms of getting front and centre and, again, creating something out of nothing and good return serve by the Darwin Buffaloes here.
Sometimes you're going to have to rebounce this, I think. And stay inside that outer circle, which is the laws of the footy. You can bounce it, but if it doesn't stay in there, then you're going to have to throw it up. Reach over the top, Dylan Gordon. Umpire's picked a free kick out, and Campbell's going to get it. Matty Campbell. Long kick with the left boot. Gee, that's a good kick. He spotted that lead from a long way back, and he gave it to Luke Clark, who is a goal kicking forward. That's why he's there. And that space in front of him, I'll tell you what, he had 40, 50 metres in front of himself.
He's just all class, Matthew Campbell. Perfect kick inside the forward 50 to advantage side into space. And now we're waiting for Luke Clark to get the job done.
He can even up the scores here. They came out of the Tiwi Bombers, and Darwin respond. Obst there, got right over the back, beat everyone and threw for a minus score.
And some great work in the centre circle.
So Tiwi it out. They want to take off. Short kick to Liddy, tucked away in the back pocket. Looks upfield. He can see Terry Fernando, but he's gone back at right angles and given it off to Bradley Palapamini, and he's gone with this searching kick a long way out, and he finds his teammate out there in Dulla, Arnold Dulla. Nice kick. Another touch for Semmel here. Semmel's been a good player. He's been a good servant too. He's been around a while for the Tiwi Bombers. He's been a very good player for the ball. Left on the ground. Run comes in. Adam Tippenwoody. Now he gets free. Adam Tippenwoody got the handball away. It was a good one too. Gave it to Albert Tippenwoody. Goes for goal. Albert Tippenwoody. It looks okay. It looks very good. It's another goal.
Great work. Second and third efforts there. And his second goal, Albert Tippenwoody. So just, again, we're going to go goal for goal here, Charlie. I'm really looking forward to how this game unfolds.
It's the shootout, isn't it?
It is the shootout.
They might kick 22 goals each, I'm predicting here. Although they run out of legs a little late on in the game, don't you?
Well, the good thing about there's a transfer of play. The Tiwi Bombers kicked the ball in deep into the pocket, was able to get on the outside, on the opposite side of the ground, and they're certainly going to have a bit more pace, I think, on the outside. With game plan, we'll find out.
4-1 to 2-2, you can see there on the screen. Darwin is Obst underneath the footy. Luke Clark, rather. And Darwin can go and have a shot, and they miss to the near side, minus score.
Yeah, he was on fire last week, so he should.
Taken there by Hector Tippenwoody. Goes at right angles out and gives it to Dion. Inside defensive 50, takes it. Bounce, thinks about another one, then goes with the handball over the top. He was toying with them, he was mucking around with it, he got it back from Adam Tippenwoody, and now he's in trouble. They took it off him, the Buffaloes, and so they should. It was a good chase down. Pretty good work done back there by Jared Stokes. Handball, and then the kick from the wing, a long one off the boot of Damien Williams down towards the forward line. Tiwi Bombers get in the way, and look at that for a kick. It's a beauty, isn't it?
He's one of the best, Bradley Palapamini. He kept his eyes on the footy, and his Buffalo opponent didn't, and gave away the free kick.
Albert Tippenwoody to Dulla. Dulla runs off the wing, goes towards the pocket. Good looking kick, a nice kick. Nice mark deep in the pocket. Handball there. Cunningham was an option, but Jason Puruntatamiri says, I'll have the shot myself.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of a few players getting thrown around here, Charlie. Jason Puruntatamiri is more likely be in the back pocket than the forward line, but here he is.
Well, that kick might just about support. He missed that by a long way.
So we've got Matthias Lilly, who's known for his goal kicking ability, playing fullback, and we've got Jason Puruntatamiri in the forward line.
I think they want that height match up down there. I figured they've seen Obst and Clark and those guys go down there, and now Munungurich, they've got some height down there, Darwin, all of a sudden. His Wheels gets a nice little kick. Handball was good. Back into the running, Jared Stokes. Stokes' kick is good. Obst with one hand at the foot, he couldn't control it. They've overrun it, Darwin, and that was Munungurich. And the kick up towards the wing's going to find the Tiwi Bombers there in Dulla. Dulla with the runner going past. Fernando goes to the middle with the kick. Was nice. Mark taken there by Adam Tippenwoody. Spearing kick. Oh, good punch at the back. Savika got there with the big fist, knocked it to ground. He couldn't pick it up, left it on the ground. Tiwi Bombers in trouble. Got the handball away. The busy Semmel gets another touch. He gets clear now. On the right boot he goes. Deep spearing kick right to the top of the goal square. They've left it on the ground. Ball gathered in. Willie Rioli goes for goal. And he kicks it, of course he does. Well, he's got two.
He does, Charlie. And great spot, front and centre. Great contest there by Jason. Actually, but he did well to double back and got into some space.
Ross Tungatullum, notable.
Absolutely. He's goal kickers on 9, just behind Peter McFarlane with 11, and William Farrer from Southern Districts on 18. He's having a super season, but absolutely one of the best players in the competition over the last 10 years, and he's a big out for the Tiwi Bombers.
Not sure what that story is. I was over on the Tiwi Islands yesterday, in fact, and he was there, and it looked all okay, so I hope it wasn't a late injury. Darwin come away with it. Campbell off the left boot, spears it along. Here's Obst underneath the footy. Oh, gee, that was a bit of unfair interference there, but the little kick goes right in the face of goals where Luke Clark will run towards it in the pocket. Gee. There was no doubt that only one man was going for the ball then.
That's right. Obst was a little bit unlucky there, but I think the distance, there was no actual body contact, so he was very lucky, Matthias Lilly, not to give away the free kick.
Yeah, fair call. So walking back is Dylan Gordon. I was saying earlier on, you know, he can ruck. They'll play him in defence. I was talking to Mark Motlop a week ago. He said, I'll play him, you know, at fullback or full forward. Doesn't matter. He'll go where wherever he has to. And
Mark Motlop's probably got 3 or 4 players that can actually do that, and that's the beauty and the unpredictability of the Darwin Buffaloes. Damien Williams is another one that can actually go up forward or go into the ruck as well with his athleticism.
Dyke in the back pocket for the Bombers. Sets it up high. Gee, that's an awkward kick, you know, makes it really hard for McLennan to take the mark, but they do come away with it, and they kick to that centre where it's been pretty profitable for them in there. Now they're in some trouble. Oh, the handball was over the top. This is Canis Tipperman-Tamiri, hammered off to Semmel. Semmel goes for goal from a long way out. Semmel has missed it out to the right minor score.
Oh, and I bet you Albert Tippermoody would be giving him a mouthful, because Albert's got 2 goals on the board, was the player in front and just needed a slip of the handball.
Nice to have 3 by quarter time. Mark taken here by Moroney. Small running defender is Kevin Moroney for the Darwin Buffaloes. He's been busy, this man, hasn't he? Big Todd Miles. Strong mark. Up towards the wing. Good even contest here. 2 players from each team. Ball knocked towards the boundary line. The 2 number 3s go hard at it. Dion Mankara sees it over the boundary. In front of Keith Munungurich from Darwin. Boundary line throw in.
Great start by Dion Mankara, and he's another player that can play anywhere off the half back flank, starting for the Tiwi Bombers, and provided a heap of run.
So front position down there was the Tiwi Bombers, but there was no free kick picked out of it. Darwin's come away with it from on the wing, and look at that kick. That is a beauty, isn't it? Out in front, Clark had that ball in front. Should have really taken it on the chest, shouldn't he, Jared? I mean, I know these days it's more fashionable to take it with your hands out in front of your eyes, but it did finish up with Munungoric goes for goal and misses. What up the chest mark versus the mark with your hands out in front?
Well, that's actually last night's game between Palmerston and St Mary's. The chest mark was the preferred option because it's so slippery. But if you've got that space in front of you, just absolutely 100% make sure of it, take it on the chest.
Kick to Semmel. Had to go down on his knees to take that on his chest. He has it inside defensive 50. He's all over the place. He's having a big game, isn't he? Searches with the kick. Finds Fernando on half back. Fernando's kick is dinky little thing. It's kicked it to the 1-on-3. Handball by Hagan was terrific. Out there is Campbell. If they can get it to him, they won't. It's given it to Eldridge. Eldridge goes to the pocket. And Campbell will look at him in a moment. Rolls over alongside the behind post for a boundary line throw-in. So score check here, 5-3, the Tiwi Bombers, 2-4 Darwin.
Yeah, and heavy attention there by Bradley Palapamini on Timothy Eldridge. And we haven't seen too many heavy, Charlie?
Not that sort of game, I don't think. Jared might see some a little later on when it gets a bit tough. Here goes Collison, kicks and he misses from the Swedes. Under some pressure, they should say. Minor score for Darwin, 2-5 now, plays 5-3.
We saw this last week again, Charlie. The Darwin Buffaloes' strike rate or conversion rate wasn't great, and it put them under a lot of pressure in the first half. So if, having the ball up forward, they need to get a couple more goals in there just to put a bit of scoreboard pressure on. Well,
they're doing a little bit better than they did last week because they were 1-4 at quarter time to 4-2. So they're doing a little bit better than that at the moment. Here's the kick out to measure to Austral, cross half back. Front of the Michael Long stand. Kick was intended for Albert Tippenwoody. Spillage to the advantage of Darwin. Here's the run. Damien Williams had a chance to kick the goal to win for the game against Saints, and he stood underneath that, did Matthias Liddy, and gave this man a chance to run in and take the mark, and exactly what he did, Alan Obst. He's got a chance to kick his second goal. He's directly out in front.
Umpire had to do a fair bit of work to get out of the way there, so it was a great kick by Damien Williams, and no doubt that Obst is going to be a focal point for the rest of this game for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Well, Liddy's got the job on him, but Liddy did nothing then. He just stood there and waited for the ball to land in his hand, you know. Teammates need to talk to you, obviously, I know that. But this man's going to have a shot, Obst. He's got a good run in, kicks for goal, comes off the boot. No, that's a goal. Without a doubt, he kicks another one. He's got two, and you're right, Jared. He's going to be the man to watch today, the big man up forward there, Alan Obst.
Yeah, so Coach Willie Rioli Senior for the Tiwi Bombers is going to have a look at that matchup. That's 2 early goals. And Ben McCasker, who normally I think carries the workload in the ruck, he's gone back to try and provide a bit of height and a bit of physicality down the back line for the Tiwi Bombers. So some coaching stresses early in the matchups, I think.
Very astute is Mark Motlop, I can tell you that. Sebastian Priest is in there to do the ruck work. That's him with the tap down. Did pretty well. Gave it straight off to Jared Cunningham and tried to run it through, but it didn't quite work for him. It's on the ground now, and they can emerge with the footy. And that's the man I called Cunningham. Kicks towards the pocket. Wasn't a great kick. Gathered in this time by Jason Purantatameri and kicked it to the top of the goal square. It was all Darwin back there, and they can chip it out wide now and put it into the hands of Damien Williams in the back pocket. Gave the handball off, made it very difficult for his teammate. He had no chance of picking that up, did Kevin Moroney.
Very poor handball by Damien Williams. He's certainly a better player than that, and they've given away a free kick. And we've got Shane Ostrol deep in the pocket in front of the Michael Long Learning Leadership Centre, and he decides to chip off. That's poor checking by Darwin Buffaloes.
Yeah, you do have to sweat, because you can't assume everyone's going to have a shot at goal. Players are too clever for that, aren't they?
Especially the Tiwi Bombers. They're very clever at doing that one. So
it's finished up with Jared Cunningham. I'd like to see him kick a bag when he's on song, this man. We've seen him over the years working in tandem with Ross Tungatulum, who we were talking about earlier on, and they're a formidable duo. Here's Cunningham. That's a tough kick for him, tucked away in the forward pocket. 22 minutes gone. He's a good kick of the footy. And he's no trouble at all converting this one. He gets his first for the match, and expect him to get some more today. Here, Tiwi Bombers looking pretty handsome to almost quarter time. 6-3 plays 3-5.
Yeah, it's a big goal for the Bombers. Most of the play has been up in the Buffaloes forward 50 for probably the last 5 minutes. So to get the ball, transfer of play up at result.
Be interesting to look at the stats. It's round 4 of the NTFL if you've just joined us. And this is the Darwin Buffaloes in the double blue playing the Tiwi Bombers in the red and black.
You called it, Charlie. Dylan Gordon into the ruck.
And he takes the ball out of mid-air. And away he goes with that kick down. That's a good mark, isn't it? Out of position, just that little leap. That's a Will Farrer type thing. And Will Farrer, the great player for Southern Districts, has kicked more goals than anyone this year. Oh, plenty of run here. Straight into the hands here of Adam Tippenwoody. Thank you very much. Kicks the goal. Ooh, they're going to have to try and stop the Tiwi Bombers now. They've got a sniff here close to quarter time.
Yeah, first goal to Adam Tippenwoody. And decided to have a check side kick off the right boot. Didn't want to kick it with his left foot, so he obviously knew what he was doing and made sure of it.
Now, I want to pose this question to you, though, Jared. We've seen this with the Tiwi Bombers. We know their pre-season hasn't been as good as the rest of the teams playing in this competition, and that's because they're split up across the islands over there. Can they run out a full game? We've seen this before. They'll just fall away late in the game, and they might be aware of that and trying to build a bit of a war chest, if you like, earlier on.
Well, we saw that against, I think, the Tiwi Bombers against Nightcliff, where they were up by about 30 points coming into three-quarter time, and the Nightcliff Footy Club overran them.
Well, they kicked 9 goals in the third quarter to 2, did the Tiwi Bombers in that match, and then Nightcliff come out and kicked 9-2 in the last quarter to win the game by 18 points, I think, in the end. Free kick here goes to Alan Obbs. He is the danger point you mentioned earlier on, Jared. He's slightest of angles, all but directly out in front. Distance not a problem for him. The big man's got 2.
And we spoke about that matchup, and previously Matthias Liddy was on him, but William Rioli, coach of Tiwi Bombers, has decided to put Ben McCasker on him. So he's obviously going to be a focal point for him.
He's a big fella, isn't he? Look at him. He strodes in. He kicks it nicely. Hits it with the right boot. Nice looking kick. He's got another one. He's having a day out here. Obst's got 3.
Goal number 3 for Obst. Great return. We don't know much about him, but physically he looks fit. He's obviously a big guy that can take a grab, and he's actually quite mobile too. So he's got a handy pickup for the Darwin Buffaloes.
He's going to have to do some work back there, McCasker. So McCasker's wearing number 15, isn't he? Which might be a little confusing for us. We'll make the necessary alteration. They find it hard sometimes, teams, to get to the exact number to match up with the player, Jared.
Yes, we better just make sure about that one.
You think that's McCasker back there? Full in the forward pocket. Tiwi Bombers to bring the ball out from half back. They can run, and they got themselves under pressure. Fernando. Ball picked up by the busy Jabaston Priest, and that was a nice little kick. They worked it across the half back line at the 25.5 minute mark, out towards the boundary. Mark taken out there, Fernando. Priest over the top into the hands of Kenneth Tipperman to Miri. And that was a hopeful kick, wasn't it? Philip Wills cut it off and gave it off to Robert Smith. Had a good game last week too, Robert Smith.
He's certainly my best players. He threw himself into the game.
I mentioned him as one of the small players, but was very, very effective in their good win over the reigning premiers last week.
Can't be too much more time left in this quarter, Charlie. We haven't seen too many games go past.
Jared, so that adds a bit onto the...
Well, that's true. We haven't seen 11 goals kicked in the first quarter either, so...
Out here where the ball's gathered in by Cameron Stokes. Look at him. Gee, he's just a tough player, isn't he, Cam Stokes? Love to see him back playing footy. He charges. He's the bulldozer, I tell you. Charges out of the half-back line and just crashes his way through. Here's the run. Darwin now with some run. Tiwi looking at the clock, I reckon, here.
It's a great mark. One-handed juggle with Todd Miles. So from start to finish in the first quarter, he's been right in it.
So he's going to look for the big man, Obbs. He has front position. He got his hand. That's the second time he's had that and just couldn't complete it. Handball came out cleverly. Gave it to Campbell. Campbell will kick a goal from there. He will or won't he? No, it's going to bounce away. Yet when you're running in like that, you've got to worry about the goalpost in front of you, don't you?
Yes, Timmy Eldred certainly had one eye on the goalpost.
Didn't Lee Matthews do that once, run through and then broke the point post, snapped the point post off at ground level?
I think he's infamous for that. He's famous for the physical stuff.
So Tiwi Bombers with the kick to a vacant wing. Now they emerge from everywhere. Darwin with 3 players there. The handball has got away. Umpires picked the free kick. Said prior opportunity was there for Camden Vigona Ross. Underneath the footy, Collison. Loose ball for Darwin. Handball out wide, links up with Eldridge. Eldridge gets to 50. Oh, he got hit heavy just as he kicked it. His umpire's going to have a look at that. I reckon it's a downfield.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think that's the right the back. He didn't necessarily go to tackle him. He went when Timmy Eldridge straight back up on his feet and pushes for an interchange. So great running on the football. Darwin Buffaloes, and it's
this 7-3 to 4-6, so it's 10 shots. Free kick. Just can't go that early. Well, you can, but if you're up there, you've got to take the mark.
Yeah, that's a free kick. And Todd Miles, just too big, too strong. Probably the
off that.
Sorry, Luke Clark.
And he's getting Matty Campbell's going to. Is Matty going to ask for the handball? I thought he might have been.
He's doing a Daniel Motlop.
Plays for Wanderers, Daniel Motlop. A lot of people know him, former AFL player. Likes to get up there when someone's having a shot and ask him for the handball. That's a good kick. Straight through the middle from Todd Miles. And Darwin get one close to quarter time.
Yeah, great return from the big guys for the Darwin Buffaloes. You know, we're expecting the little guys to have a bit of more of an impact, especially early in the game with the speed and the freshness of the players. But certainly it straightens up the Darwin Buffaloes, having some big guys up forward and having some big guys that are certainly stronger, more height advantage for the Darwin Buffaloes.
So 3 goals to Obst, and Miles with a goal, and Jared Stokes the other one for Darwin. 2 goals to Albert Tippenwoody, a couple to Willie Rioli, and singles to McLennan, Adam Tippenwoody and Jared Cunningham. They seem to, Tiwi did very well when they can win this ball out of the middle and just go streaming straight down the corridor. And that does work for them. The Sirens going to deny them that opportunity here at the end of the first term. And it's a term that belonged to the Tiwi Bombers, although Darwin fought back when they had to, and they climbed to within 9 points here. So 7-3 plays 5-6. Tiwi Bombers in front at quarter time. Some quick comments from Jared Eiler.
Yeah, some of the better players, I think, for the Tiwi Bombers. Semel was in everything. I caught about halfway through that quarter. He looked cooked, but he certainly worked through it and found a second win. He's had a lot of possession. William Rioli, he's all class when he's around the football, and he's got a couple of goals to his name. And Dion Monkara, I think, off the back, half-back flank, he's created a lot of run for them. Obst up forward for Darwin Buffaloes has been the best player for Darwin Buffaloes. Matty Campbell with his delivery and Stokes around the packs.
So quarter time here, and it's the Tiwi Bombers by 9, 7-3, Darwin 5-6.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
You guys catch anything yet?
Nah, nothing yet, but we're feeling lucky.
See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Jade.
Tom! Higher, Maddie, straight out! Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl.
Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball.
All clear.
It woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. Momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy.
And the players make their way back on the field. We were trying to sort out the McCasker problem, but we worked out that he has come off. He's done an ACL. We think he's on the bench, Ben McCasker, for the Tiwi Bombers. And we'll see if we can get a report on that. Let's Kieran Davis to bring us up to date with the stats. Kieran.
Thanks, Charlie. In the kicks, Tiwi leading 57-48. Been a very free-flowing quarter there. 25 marks to 17 in Tiwi's favour, so plenty of kicking and marking across the ground. Just 7 tackles to Darwin, 6 tackles to Tiwi, so no real congestion. Darwin dominating the inside 50, 17-10, and the centre clearances as well, 9-3.
9-3 centre clearances, right. Change those headsets. There we are. Jared's back with us. What do you make of the stats, Jared?
Yeah, obviously, again, the inside 50s, Darwin Buffalo's certainly leading the way in that space, but not getting the result on the board.
7-3 to 5-6. Darwin with the first takeaway out of the middle off the boot of Philip Wheels. Sends it deep down in the forward line. And the loose ball taken from a pack, and that rolls away for a minor score. Now, we do have some information on the man we were thinking about, Alan Obbs. What can you tell us, Jared?
Yeah, look, some background work there in the quarter break, but he's played for Central Districts in the SNFL. He played a couple of games with North Melbourne, originally drafted on the rookie list. So, yeah, he's been a great pickup for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Darwin never ceased to amaze me. They would come up with surprises every now and then. That's a good one, because he is going to be a crucial player. Here's the ball off the boot of Jared Stokes. And there's Big Obbs trying to pick it up. Will he get it? He's gone for it off the ground. I don't think that was touch. I reckon that's a goal. They dived on. I don't think they got it. The weight on it. goal.
Absolutely, the big man can do everything. He's playing soccer, he's crumbing his own work, he's creating contests in the air. That's his 4th goal, I believe, Charlie.
3 in the first and 1 here. To him, what did that take him? A minute? Because he beat the dive, didn't he, of the goalkeeper?
He did indeed.
Put it in the back of the net.
But it just reiterates the stats that Kieran provided us just a minute ago, that Darwin Buffaloes are winning the centre clearances, they're winning the inside 50s. They just need to get a better strike rate, conversion rate when they're in their forward 50, and that's a great way to start the second quarter.
Buffaloes climb within 2 points now. And once they get this confidence, they're exactly the same as the Tiwi Bombers. They get that confidence that's really hard to stop them. Kick down towards the half-forward line, running past. It didn't get to him with Adam Tippenwood. He is in space, though. He wants his teammates to get it. They're not going to. Handball came out from Eldridge, was pretty good towards the boundary line. Ferocious tackle there, put pressure on Williams, and his kick wasn't the best. Landed just inside the field of play, did it not? No. It went about out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, William Rioli and Arnold Duller creating the pressure there and earning the free kick.
So the Bombers invited to play on. Petrie kicked short and gave it off to Camden Vergona Ross. There's that famous name, Vergona, love it. Benny Vergona, what a great player he was for Saints all those years ago. He's around town, they tell me, Ben. Nice to see you down the footy if you can get down here. We'd love to have you join us for an interview one day. Little kick over the top for Darwin. Straight into the hands of Sean Wilson. Hasn't really fired up yet, Shawnee Wilson. That was good last week. Ball towards the boundary line. Hagan gets to it, but carries it over the boundary line.
Yeah, and that's a positive sign for Buffaloes, that Sean Wilson and Phillip Wills haven't too much of the footy in the first quarter, and they're just sitting there in the wings, waiting to stamp their authority on this game.
Hagan gave it to Sean Wilson. Shawnee Wilson's kick. Searching up there for Ops. He's come a long way up. He's put it out in the direction there of Moroney. Moroney onto the foot. He goes to the pocket with the kick. Big reach. Off hands, out of bounds.
Luke Clark, so Ops with his mobility has been brought up the ground just to give Luke Clark a bit of a space up forward one-on-one.
Do you know, I reckon he's getting really sick out there, Ops, at the moment. He's, I think he's doing what's commonly called a Technicolor yawn out there at the moment, because he's definitely feeling the heat. Here's a snap out of a pack, goes right over the top, hits the post. He's down on his hands and knees. The cameras haven't got him yet. He's outside the 50, but he was bringing up whatever water he's been drinking. That's what you do if you come up from south and you're playing these conditions. He'll be 8 kilos lighter when he comes off.
Yeah, which is a scary thing. So hopefully he can keep himself fit and healthy for the rest of the game.
Loose ball gathered in by Williams. Gave it off to Wilson. And the umpires picked the free kick out. It's going to be a Tiwi Bombers free kick.
Yeah, running with the ball, Damien Williams. He had to take them on, and there just was too many to actually get past in the end. He ran too far.
Now, I reckon Williams picked up a bit of grass and threw it. Then the umpire put the whistle to his mouth to think about doing something about it. Then he changed his mind. But the Tiwi Bombers have control of the footy off the boot of Semmel. It's a deep kick to 50. Comes off hands. Cameron Stokes doing the hard work, gets caught in a crunching tackle, goes to ground inside defensive 50, working hard back there, Collison. They'll work it out towards Campbell. Campbell's got the runner going around him, gave it off that time to Thomas McDowell, back to Campbell off the left boot, punches from half back over the wing, good kick. Arms went a little high then, ball was left on the ground, good collect there by terrific skill, kick over the centre line and the mark taken there by the Tiwi Bombers by Priest. And to Semmel, and Semmel gets over that line, kicks, and running back taking a good strong mark there might have been Hector Tippenwoody, I reckon.
Adam Tippenwoody. He's got one on the board already, but that's sensational play by Bradley Palapamini. He's one of the best at reading the play. Handballed it just as he got tackled, was able to link up, and Semmel with the run created the scoring shot, and Adam Tippenwoody on the left foot snap didn't quite convert that one for the Tiwi Bombers. They needed that.
Could have kicked that. Ball comes straight out in the hands of Philip Wills from the back pocket. Searching kick out towards the wing. Mark taken out there by Timmy Eldridge. Recovered from that hit that he got earlier on. Gives it to Philpott with Akers in front of him and elects not to use him but to go with the kick, and that was a wise choice. He was able to work it upfield and give it to Dylan Gordon.
Some loose checking here by Tiwi Bombers. Got Jared Stokes just floating through the 50, and he was certainly on there. Dylan Gordon decided not to kick it to him, so he's put a bit of pressure on himself here. Needs to kick the goal.
This is a long way out from goals, and it's a good-looking kick. I reckon he's come away with a minor score. Got very close. Didn't get the goal. So Tiwi Bombers, what can they do from here? Down the corridor, that works best for them. Look at the runners. Semmel, who's had plenty of it, has the audacity to have a bounce, and then they got him, and God's caused him to miss kick it and turn it over straight into the hands there of Thomas McDowell, who's been pretty good in defence over the last couple of minutes, but he didn't get clear with the kick. And Tiwi Bombers have got a runner going forward down there. That's Jared Cunningham. It'll bounce for him. He'll be able to get to this Cunningham. Can he get the clear possession? He couldn't. And Darwin will come away with it. Here's Watson from the back pocket up towards the wing with the kick. Big climb over the top. Was a high jump down there. Timothy Eldridge. Ball comes back straight into the hands of Thomas McDowell. Busy again out towards the wing. Handball went forward by Eldridge. Darwin with the kick down towards the half forward line. They've got it over the top. Here comes Philip Wills. He's onto it. Oh, he's got the handball away. He's going to get it back. It's the old 1-2. The skipper will go for goals from directly out in front, and I reckon he's missed it. Oh, he did all the hard work, Philip Wills, and then he missed.
He did a mountain of work to get himself in the right position. He was front and centre. Second effort's got the handball back, and unfortunately just pulled the kick at the last second, and it went wide.
Tiwi Bombers to work their way out of defence through Hector Tippenwoody. Stuck in the back pocket. Semmel wants it. I'll tell you what, that would be the place to go, I reckon, in the Semmel direction. Anything within 20 metres of him, he will win. He wants it. He's in the middle. They're going to go to him this time. Here he's got 2 to beat. And he got there. He didn't win it. He lost it. And it gave Darwin a chance there. They ran in through Todd Miles. Finished up with Campbell. Campbell's kick was good. Building through Timmy Eldridge. Long way out from goal. Spearing kick was good. They ran around behind him, and Robert Smith takes the mark inside 50. Snuck in, didn't
inside the centre square there. It was the right decision, I think, to come in board to Semmel, but the execution quite right. Created a turnover, and Philip Wills, he's always got to win the football 1-on-1, and he's created a scoring shot for his team.
Being a little bit inaccurate here, 6-11 to 7-4, so they snatched the lead back by a minor score. Now the Bombers to build. Semmel wants it again. They're going to go to his direction, but not to him. And Darwin get in the way. Good hands on. That was a strong mark, I reckon, Michael Hagan. Floating with the footy. Is he going to be paid? Yes, he is. Deep in the pocket. So he intercepted the kick out. And Michael Hagan from a very almost impossible position.
Now, I don't know if he meant to do it, Charlie, but he was actually quite clever in that he was just trailing his opponent there, and when the time was right, he just put on an extra burst of speed to get the front position and take the juggle mark.
Here's Hagel. Hagan's kick. All right, it'll drift across the face of goals. Oh, big mark down there. Obst again. There's Hagan, but Obst stood amongst the pack there. And the former Central Districts player takes the mark.
Yeah, he's composed himself. He sat outside the forward 50 for a little bit, just recovering from the heat, but managed to push forward and take that big mark.
3 goals in the first quarter, 1 here in the second of this man. Distance not a problem for him. Angle's a little bit of a tester. But we've seen at the other end of the ground, he's a very capable kicker. Just has that look about him, doesn't he, to play footy. Comes in, kicks at goal, and doesn't miss, gets another one. He is deadly in front of goals as this big man, and Obst has kicked another goal here. He's got 5.
Number 5 for the big Obst, and he just doesn't look like missing. So if they can keep on top of the centre clearances, as we've seen, they certainly dominated in that area in the first quarter, thanks to the stats. They can certainly keep that up and provide a lot of supply to Obst. He's going to end up with 10 goals this afternoon, Charlie.
Well, he just might, but I reckon he'll start to feel the heat a bit. What do you do about that? Because they're not going to beat him in the air. They've just got to make sure that this feed is not good to him.
Yeah, look, there's probably no one in the Tiwi Bombers back line that can go one-on-one with him. They're going to have to look at dropping someone back and just play a bit of a floating role to make it a 2-on-1 contest.
7-11 to 7-4. Darwin now in front. Ball hit the umpire. Ricocheted off to the advantage of Darwin. Tiwi Bombers will be spewing about that. Sean Wilson's kick was good, and he measured it off and gave it to Jalen Clark, who goes across to centre half forward. Good vision from him. And he finds that the diminutive Robert Smith with a short kick from him was very good too. Gave it to Dylan Gordon directly out in front.
What was impressive about that was, one, it was the vision and the kick to actually ground into the centre. And Dylan Gordon, he missed his last previous shot at goal, so he decided to pass, allowed his teammate to take an easy mark.
Collison in the pocket for the Buffaloes. 7-11 to 7-4. 7 points in that pocket and have 100 shots.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Jared Carney.
Samuel Dyke runs from the back pocket. It's up over the half one. Searching out there for Bradley Palapamini. Has front position, knocked it towards the boundary line. Pressure came from Matty Campbell. He couldn't take the mark, and it's safely over the boundary line. In front of the scoreboard, it shows 7-12 there, Darwin. To Tiwi Bombers 7-4, 12 and a half minutes gone, second term.
That would be a great battle. Matthew Campbell and Bradley Palapamini in the goal square. It'd be exciting battle to see that one unfold.
Good tap down, Todd Miles. It's been okay today, the big ruckman. Tiwi Bombers really haven't got anyone to go with him. This man Semmel has got some work to do. Goes forward with the kick, and that was a good one. He got it down to Willie Rioli. Willie caught in the tackle. He's held up with the footy. They've got him to ground. They want the free kick down. I don't think they're going to get it. Umpire's going to come in and call a stalemate here, I reckon.
Well, they're two players that you certainly want to see with the footy in their hands. Semmel and Willie Rioli just dropped the chest mark on that occasion.
Tap down from Todd Miles again, and ball comes out off the boot of Wilson, I think it was, out wide to Wills, and Wills runs from the wing. He's a good link player, isn't he, Wills? That's a terrific kick. Hits Luke Clark. Clark goes down towards half forward. Where's Obst? That got away from him. Busy back there is Jason Palapamini. Went to go across the face of goals. Gave Darwin a real chance there. They weren't able to take the mark, though. Underneath it was Jalen Clark, and the kick off the ground through from minus score.
Yeah, so Jason Puntaramiri's been taken out of the forward line, taken back to his traditional role in the back pocket, and Jesus lucky.
Well, they're lucky Clark didn't take that mark. Into the hands of Shani Austral from the back pocket. Tried to straighten it up a little bit, but gave Darwin a chance here through Liam Philpott. There's not a lot of it, Liam, in this game. Now he gets a little knock through. That was cleverly done. And he got it off to Michael Hagan. Hagan to the pocket, finds Obst. And Obst is going to straighten up here. Gee, that's good vision, isn't it? Goes straight across and gives it off to Philip Wills, directly out in front. Now, Obst may as well just get down in the goal square.
Well, Philip Wills was trying to pass it off there, but I think he's certainly well in his range to kick the goal. And I think we saw last week he had a similar shot from a similar position and a captain's goal at the time it was, and hopefully he can do it again.
He had a season with Thunder, didn't he? But had some injuries throughout the year, didn't he?
Yeah, this season. So he's contracted with Thunder, but and we know the quality player that he is, but unfortunately injuries restricted his number of games.
Philip Wills at goal. He's kicked it too. He delivers. The skipper delivers when they ask for it. He missed one earlier on. He didn't miss this time. You don't give him too many shots. He kicks his first for the match in his second turn.
Yeah, Philip Wills, he was a bit quiet there in the first quarter, and he certainly, just through sheer will and work rate, the on-ballers from the Tiwi Bombers aren't pushing up and aren't pushing back with him, so he's able to get on top of his opponent in that area. 5 goals from Alan Obst. How important is that for Darwin in this match? Yeah, well, we haven't seen too many bags of goal. We haven't called games where they've kicked big bags of goals like that, and we're still early days, Charlie, so there's still another 10 minutes left in this quarter and obviously another half. And
good news for Obst, it'll just start getting cooler as the day progresses and then the sun starts to set. He could have a dozen at the end of this. See what they can do out of the middle here. See, we need a goal here to get their confidence back. Tap straight down was pretty nicely done from Darwin. Handball out to the running player here through Jared Stokes. Searching, kick for Obst again. Out front, takes the mark. Gee, And Samuel Dyke, there's nothing he can do. He's just following him around, isn't he?
Yeah, look, they need someone there to drift off their opponent and help the defenders out for the Tiwi Bombers.
I reckon there's 50 metres here. I reckon the player didn't come back on the mark, so Ob's just going to get another shot. And this time they're going to take him right to the line, I reckon. That's what the umpire's done. Right down to the goal line. So big 50 metre, and Ops is going to go in. And believe it or not, he's going to kick number 6.
Yeah, it's very, I don't know what you call that one. It'd be frustrating for the coach, no doubt, and just a simple skill to man the mark properly, and unfortunately it just gives the Ops his 6th goal on an absolute platter.
Now, Jared, I know you'll know this. What is the biggest number of goals that a player has kicked on debut in the NTFL in the entire history of it? Who would know that?
History check. Who would know that?
Michael Barfoot.
Yes.
Yeah, of course he would. We'll have to see if we can find him and see if we can find out. Can't imagine anyone coming up and kicking 12 or 14 or something in a first game. This guy's on track for that. He's got 6, 3 in each quarter. Alan Obst, we're talking about, former Central. As Jared told you, played a little bit with North Melbourne as well. But he's getting a feast down there at the moment. Tiwi Bombers can't clear the ball out. Sent Willie Rioli in there, and they've got Willie and hold him up. He can't go anywhere with it. As the time ticks up to 17.5 minutes. Tap straight back down again, and trying to emerge with it in there was Duller. Duller again gets a second chance. I think he hasn't drawn the free kick. Willie Rioli gets it instead and comes away from the centre with the kick. That's a great kick. Geez, a beautiful kick of the footy, isn't he? That was pinpoint accuracy to Adam Tippenwoody inside 50.
Yeah, William Rioli, one of the best of summing up the situation so quickly, and his skills are just pristine.
And here's a kick. This might roll all the way to the line. It doesn't. The big man got there, Todd Mott. To get it off. He's got a runner working for him in Eldridge, who's been terrific. They link it up through Jalen Clark, runs to the wing, goes over the top with the handball, gave it off to Hagan, back to Clark on the right boot, sets it up inside 50 and dropping back. Good strong mark taken into.
Yeah, he's their engine. He's the guy getting the possessions, most of the drive, and they can shut him down. Obviously,
in best position. Kicked that goal a short time ago. The skipper goes up over the wing with the kick. Was good. Bouncing ball for Sean Wilson to run onto. He gave the handball off to Collison. Collison for Obst, front position. Strong hands at the footy. Punched away from him by Jason Purantatameri. Did a good job. Umpire's going to still pick the free kick out of it, though.
Oh, Clark's going to get the free kick. But again, you work yourself into the front position, and it's easy to do that when a lot of the football's coming your way, and the midfield for the Darwin Buffaloes are certainly on top. But you get that front position, you give yourself more of a chance to get the free kick.
This is Luke Clark, rather, over in that pocket. Hasn't kicked one today. The glut of it belongs to Alan Obst with 6. Out of, well, Darwin's got 9. And here's the kick by Clark, goes across the face. Mark, is Mark right in the pocket? It has been marked in the pocket. That might be Matt Campbell. He's going to play on from there, Campbell. Off the outside of the left boot, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Goal.
Very clever, Matty Campbell. He knew exactly what he's doing. As soon as he marked that ball, he knew exactly what he was going to do and executed it perfectly.
So they get to 10 goals, the Buffaloes, at half-time. 10-13. They've kicked 5 goals in this quarter. Tiwi Bombers haven't kicked any. They were 7 goals 3 at quarter time. They're 7 goals 5 now, and Darwin is steamrolling them.
Yeah, they're just very unsettled at the moment, the Tiwi Bombers, in particular through their key positions, and they've never really been, I guess, a team to have big bodies and big, tall personnel. But as we've seen, Jason Puruntarameri started in the forward line in the first quarter. Now he's gone back, and Matthias Liddy started down back. Now he went into the midfield, and he's moved again to forward now. So they're just unsettled in those key positions.
Semmel picks up another touch. His kick is okay. It's a nice one too. He's got the long lead, leading Matthias Liddy to take the mark. Started in defence. Now they've thrown him back forward where he normally plays. And so he really needs to reward his teammates here and kick the goal.
Well, this will be familiar to him, and that's, I guess, a key strength of the Tiwi Bombers. They build that confidence through the familiarity of where they play, how they play, who they play against, who they play next to. So hopefully he can kick the goal.
Gets underneath it, gives it a real roost. It's a good-looking kick. Looked pretty good. He got the goal. That's what they wanted. And he delivered from a long way out. It was a good kick after a good lead and a good delivery to him.
And that's exactly what we expect from Matthias Liddy. Probably should have seen him up forward from the start, but that's what we know, and that's what he can bring to the Tiwi Bombers.
21.5 minutes gone. That's him there. Get another one down to him. Make it easy for him. So make it tough on his opponent down there, Thomas McDowell. But they need to win this ball out of the middle, the Bombers, to stay in this game. They want to go in at half-time believing that the game hasn't slipped away for them. They'll want the ruck work to be done down there well by Big Priest. He's going to jump against Dylan Gordon. Umpire to slam it in the turf here at TIO Stadium. Close to half-time, round 4 of the NTFL. And the bounce is not good enough. But I'll have to do it again. I'm still going to call for that rule change, you know. If you bounce it crooked once, that's it. From then on, you throw it up in the middle. He's to throw up again. And a good, oh gee, that was a good knock out of the middle by Dylan Gordon. Did very well. Darwin on the charge forward. And it's going to be a throw.
Yeah, Martin Guric under pressure there, and unfortunately didn't get the correct disposal.
That's right over the top, that kick. And gee, they weren't sure where to go. Albert Tippenwoody was at the back, but it didn't carry that far. That's him there now, picks it up, did well, wheels around under pressure, and his handball wasn't the best. He's going to get another chance here. They put him out of commission without too much trouble. The little kick came back in, straight into the hands of Dion Munkara, and he goes over the top, and it worked pretty well for them because they worked it down to Arnold Ulla.
Oh, William Rioli, just so clever, so skillful, and actually quite cheeky in that instance there. He just a quick toe poke and hit perfectly in the inboard Dion Munkara, who was able to then lay it off with a forward 50 entry.
So here's Dulla, hasn't kicked a goal today. He's about the same place that Liddy was. He's not quite the same kicker. He's gone across the face and got a minus score. So Tiwi Bombs had a couple of chances here in the charge from a long way back, knocked it to ground. The loose ball, bang, was Adam Tipwoody.
But you keep the ball in your forward 50 for long enough, especially with the Tiwi Bombers, they're going to get the goals. So after 3 or 4 entries and no return on that occasion, speed and just a desire to win that footy back in left foot snap from Adam Tipwoody to bring up his second goal.
So Darwin had that, was a kick out, looked like it was a bit of a planned move. Player just sat underneath it. This is a mobile game, isn't it? You don't. You'll be standing around waiting for the ball to come to you. Got to go to it.
Yeah, exactly, Charlie.
Ball up in the middle. So Tiwi got the goal that they wanted. Darwin might get one back here, though. If they can thump this forward, then they do that through Philip Wills. Out came Obbs looking for the footy. Spillage for Dion Munkara. He couldn't pick it up. Loose ball gathered in by Jared Stokes around the body, goes right to the top of the goal square. It was a good kick, knocked to ground. They've overrun the footy down there. That was Maverick Potamalui. Loose ball gathered in by Murin Guric, goes for goal, misses out to the right, minus score.
Even though the Bus had the shot on goal there, but it was a good contest by Samuel Dyke and Bradley Palapamini floating back, and that's what they're going to need some more of. They need to help Samuel Dyke with that one-on-one contest against Obbs.
25 minutes have ticked past in this second term, round 4 of the NTFL from TIO Stadium. Tiwi Bombers in 8th position with just 3 games played and not a win in any of them, and in real trouble here again with this one. Be a bad start for the season if they're zipping 4 at the end of this match. Darwin have won a game last week, but they've lost a couple on the way through as well. Here come the Tiwi Bombers from half-back up towards the wing. Good kick. Oh, chance to mark the ball there. Priest lost it. Willie Rioli, not Willie Rioli, in fact, it's Dagona Ross outside 50. Kicks down towards the forward line. Good kick. Parked underneath the footy. He wasn't able to take the mark. Matthias Liddy tries to break his way through. He just can't get it. Handball came out. They tried to get it to McLennan. They couldn't get any balls on the ground. Chance to kick it off. He missed it. Oh, he went in to have a kick off the ground. Matthias Liddy missed everything. It was an airy. And the ball comes back outside 50. Gathered in out here by... That's Canis Tipperman to Miri. Darwin desperate for the footy. That's a high tackle.
Oh, an opportunity absolutely going begging there, Charlie. Matthias Lilly. All he had to do was get boot to ball, and unfortunately it was an air swing.
Robert Smith, short kick. Gee, they stood up well then, the Buffaloes. I reckon 26.5 minutes gone, second term. It's been a big quarter from the team in the double blues. Out of bounds over on the wing. Was it out of bounds on the full? Yes, it was. So Tiwi Bombers might have a last thrust here to get a goal close to half time. They're down 9-6 to 10-14, so they're 14 points behind. They'll have to get this back to within 8.
It actually could be a lot worse, Charlie. Tiwi Bombers should take a bit of confidence into the half-time break, considering how close they are to the Darwin Buffaloes, and they've had just all the football in the first half.
Bradley Palapamini was probably the worst kick we've seen all day. That was intended for no one. It just hung up in the air and gave no one a chance at all in the red and black. Half time here, and the Darwin Buffaloes kicked 5 goals in that quarter to 2, and they lead at half time by 14 points. 10-14 the Buffaloes, Tiwi Bombers 9-6.
Yeah, and some of the better players, I think, Tiwi Bombers that start there. Semmel, Rioli, Mankara called them for the first quarter as well. I think Dulla worked his way into the game and provided a bit of run. They're just unsettled in the key positions, and we mentioned that. As soon as they put Jason Puntatamiri down back, Matthias Lilly up front, Semmel still working hard through the midfield. It straightened them up a bit, and they were able to get some space over the back. Ops, Campbell, Stokes and Wills worked his way into the game. They just dominated centre clearances and forward 50 entries, and obviously in front of the game, in front at this stage of the game.
So round 4 in the NTFL at the TIO Stadium here. The Darwin Buffaloes down by 9 points at quarter time, kick 5-8 to 2-3 in a telling second term to turn the deficit around to a 14-point lead. They lead at half time. The Buffaloes up 10-14, the Bombers 9-6.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet?
Nah, nothing yet, but we're feeling lucky.
See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tyre.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details and safety checks.
I know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce. Coffee white with 1 bun with icing. No, pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Jane.
Tom! Iron, Maddie, straight out! Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball.
housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
Patrons are reminded that the areas provided.
Sea-Link run ferries to and from the Tiwi Island.
When a player has been awarded a free kick and a teammate elects to take advantage and has been called to do so by the umpire, the play will continue and will not be recalled. The umpires have been instructed to delay the advantage call until the player demonstrates his intention. In the following examples, players demonstrate their intention to take the advantage.
There is a free kick.
Advantage.
Well, no, you better kick it.
They've changed the advantage rule to allow the player to make the decision.
In this example, Parker demonstrates his intention not to take advantage by putting his hand in the air. The umpire correctly stops play and resets the mark. Deliberate out of bounds. Umpires will continue to be instructed to penalise players who intentionally handball, kick, carry or force the ball out of play. This includes walking the ball over the boundary line. Ruckmen will continue to be penalised for intentionally knocking the ball out of bounds from a ruck contest, regardless of whether the ball crosses a line on the full or bounces prior to the crossing of the boundary line. The following are all examples of deliberate out of bounds.
Cheney heads for the boundary. This will be an interesting call. Deliberate, says the umpire.
Impey, that will be deliberately out of bounds if it goes out of bounds. And it does. Yeah.
Kicks to full forward. Getting back. Oh, gee. Is that deliberate umpire? Yes, it is. Deliberate.
Hi guys, welcome back to the NTFL Footy Show with Abby and Jackson. Now we're lucky enough today to be joined by Brodie Grundy, a South Australian boy, Cabra Dominican College, played most of his junior footy with Sturt Football Club in the SANFL before getting picked up at number 18 in the 2012 draft by Collingwood Football Club. Thank you for joining us today, Brodie.
Thank you.
So Brodie,
you're in the top end now. It's obviously probably pretty hot for you, but what have you been doing with yourself up here?
Yeah, I got up here on the weekend last week. As soon as I got off the plane, I just noticed how humid it was straight away. And the last couple of days, as I said, the cool breeze has been coming in, so it's been much better. But today yesterday I went up to Fog Dam, had a look around there at night time, looking for some critters and that with a mate who's a photographer. So got some cool photos, seen a few those water pythons. I got a few pictures of them. And what else have I been doing?
Have you been to Litchfield?
Yeah, I went to Litchfield. Yeah. I went to Litchfield, did the whole waterfall thing, jumped off a few of those cliffs, and going up to Kakadu on the weekend, this weekend, coming up for a bit of camping and exploring. So,
gee, I'm not sure how Bucks will feel about you jumping off those cliffs, but you should be right.
No, just the baby ones. Just the baby ones. But no, it's certainly nice to get up here and kind of unplug from the Melbourne football lifestyle, I guess. So no, it's kind of getting up here and just getting back to the basics type thing. Yep. And then coming into the facilities like here at NT Thunder and the Michael Long facilities, it's been really nice.
Yeah, so just on that, obviously the Westpac Centre at Collingwood is probably the most well-resourced club in Australia. How have you found the Michael Long Centre? It's a new initiative up in Darwin, and it's, from all reports, going really well.
Yeah, I met Michael Long yesterday, and he said that it's been running since the start of this year, and I quote, he said it's his baby. Yeah. He's obviously really passionate about it, and I heard him speak to a group of kids the other day, and he just touched on the importance of education, and obviously that's something that I am quite passionate about myself. I study outside of football too, so it's good to see that the rural people up here, that there's some place where they can come and talk about football, and I suppose still like health and education. Yep,
so you mentioned that you have a life outside of football, obviously, as everyone does. Yeah. But I guess, could you give us an idea about what your interests are outside of football and what you're studying?
Yeah, I'm studying health science at the moment. I'd love to get into physio or something like that, and just chipping away at a health science degree at the moment. And outside of footy, I just like doing just cruisy things. I ride my bike, fishing, and I suppose it'd be a good opportunity to fishing up here. That's about it, man.
You're secretly in town.
And do you think you can improve on?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with my season last year. Get kind of back on the horse. Together, I suppose for me, it would be being able to just consistently perform week after week. If I play a good game, being able to back that up. I think that's what the elite type of players do. They're able to perform every week. So up here, certainly good conditions to get in that fitness and that training base. So that's what I'm looking to do.
You may be tapping it down to a few more midfielders this year. How have you found the trade period for Magpies?
Yeah, I haven't been fully across all the details, but obviously we got James Aish, who I played state football with. He's just a really good dude, and obviously a really skillful player. So it's good to have him on board, and get Jeremy Howe. Obviously, I just know him just because he takes a nice duke, and Adam Treloar, but I haven't really seen him play because at GWS I just haven't really seen much of their footy. But I think he came second in their best and fairest. So I think that's what we're trying to build our future around.
So I suppose you wouldn't want to be pairing up with Jeremy Howe in the marking drills at training. You might have a bit of a sore shoulder.
Yeah, I think that's more like Jamie Elliott and him can do that. Yeah.
Now to Abby, to put you on the spot.
Yeah, definitely. So I've got a bit of a fast 10 here for you. So I'll give you a few options or a few questions and just fire away your answer. So your biggest mentor, role model at Collingwood Football Club?
Anthony Rocker.
Best part of the territory so far?
Litchfield.
Now, you fancy yourself as a bit of a master chef. What's your signature dish?
The Maybe like a chicken and pesto pasta.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah.
Describe Travis Cloke, Mike Mansate and Braden Maynard's player review performance for the AFL Footy Show finale in just one word.
Deplorable.
Deplorable. Brighton Beach, South Australia, or St Kilda Beach, Victoria?
Oh, definitely Brighton Beach, South Australia.
Yeah. Biggest influence on your sporting career thus far?
Probably early, my state coach, Brendan Phillips, then Michael O'Loughlin with the AIS Academy, and then, probably Bucks.
Yeah. Funniest player at Collingwood Football Club?
The funniest. Swanee's pretty funny. But
Yeah, Dane Swan?
Yeah, it's very dry humour.
Yeah. So what's your obsession with seals?
Yeah, I don't know, they're just cool. I don't really have an obsession, but they're just cool.
No?
Went to Kangaroo Island, actually,
Yeah.
down SA, and then went to Seal Bay there and checked them out, and yeah, they're just cool little creatures.
And your favourite off-season destination?
I was supposed to actually go to Europe like this off-season, but Tim Broomhead dished out on the plans, so yeah, that's what's kind of brought me up here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Brodie Grundy, thank you for joining us
Cool.
today, and all the best with your 2016
Thanks,
AFL
guys.
season.
Cheers.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7 metre tide. What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1, bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Jade.
Tom! High on! Matty, straight out! Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! All clear.
You are one of 140,000 people living in a cyclone-affected area this wet season. You need food and at least 10 litres of water per person in your cyclone kit to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. Be prepared. Brought to you by NTES and TIO.
And we welcome you back to the TIO Stadium. Second half about to get underway in this enthralling match here between the Tiwi Bombers and Darwin. It is round 4 of the NTFL competition. And the Darwin Buffaloes kicked 5-8 to 2-3 in the second quarter to turn around a 9-point deficit. Turned into a 14-point lead. 10-14 the Darwin Buffaloes, Tiwi Bombers 9-6. Kieran Davis has been keeping it. Share them with us.
Thanks, Charlie. In the kicks, Darwin evened it up a lot more there, 54 to 44 in that quarter. It's about 100 apiece for the game. In the marks, it was even there, 22 to 20 Darwin's way, 39 to 45 for the game. Inside 50s, Darwin continued to lead in that department, 15 to 11 with 32 to 21 for the game. Centre clearances, Darwin 4, Tiwi 3, and in the tackles, just 2 tackles for Darwin, 4 for Tiwi, and 9 for Darwin, 10 for Tiwi for the game.
Just 2 tackles. That's extraordinary. If I was the coach in the room, they'll be saying, well, you've got to tackle, fellas. You've got to get hold of them and put them to ground. 32 to 21, the 50s favouring the Darwin side here at half-time, and they're out to a good lead, though, 10-14 to 9-6. Jared Eilert, what do you make of the stats?
Yeah, the tackle count, Charlie. It's quite unbelievable.
Quite extraordinary, isn't it?
How the two teams play, I suppose. As a player, you want about 4 tackles per game. That's the goal. But as a player, let alone having just 2 tackles from the team. But that's what we love about territory football. It's what we love about the way these 2 teams play. And it's just been high scoring, high possession, and I'm really looking forward to the second half.
Conditions absolutely perfect here at the moment. Let's see if the Tiwi Bombers can climb back into this game. That looked like a high tackle, umpire ignored it. That looked like a high tackle, umpire ignored it again. But Semmel comes away with the footy despite all of that being ignored by the umpire, and then he lost it, and then now he's being penalised. So Darwin get a free kick out of all of that. They can go out wide here towards Cameron Stokes. He's out here all by himself. They don't go to him. He's still going to run on Cameron Stokes. Off the boots of Todd Miles inside 50, and there he is. Strong mark taken. Alan Obst
with 6 to his name already, and again, 1 out. No one's going to stop him. I don't think anyone in the competition is going to stop him. Justin Bugler's name comes to mind as a good matchup for him when they play Waratahs, but he's certainly a man mountain, and 6 goals on the board, deadly accurate.
Wonder what the deal is. I wonder how long Darwin have got him signed. We'll have to go down and snoop around at 3/4 time, see if we can find out. He's directly out in front. 3 in the first, 3 in the second. If he gets 3, he'll have 9. And he goes for goal, and it's a good looking kick. He doesn't miss. Gee, he's a good kick of the footy, strong mark, and so much to like about the big man.
Absolutely, and Mark Mollop didn't have to take the team to punishment hill this time around, Charlie, and I think the players feel a little bit more relaxed about that, a little bit more confident, and it's shown with a nice tackle, transfer the ball. Semmel had the possession, created the turnover, got the ball forward, and to opposite 1-on-1, not a lot of help that one.
They were a little unlucky, I reckon, Tiwi Bombers. I mean, I wasn't focusing on the umpires, but it looked like a couple of chances for a free. Ball held up in the middle, and spillage comes out, umpire comes in, do it all again. Was there trouble with that second ball up in the middle, Jared, and what you can do about it? Do you know? I know you only have 4 in there when you start off, but then it gets really congested in there. Tiwi Bombers with the ball inside 50. It's a rolling loose ball. It's left on the ground, but gathered in by Savika. Free kick. Darwin think they've won it, but they haven't. It's a Tiwi free kick at 50.
This is McLennan. I think he got on the scoreboard early in the first quarter. A nice chip over to Adam Tippermuddy.
He's got 2 to his name, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. He'd love to have 1 in each quarter. This shouldn't bother him really, straight out in front. I reckon they might have done this in the first 2 quarters, kicked the first goal. Well, they didn't actually kick the first here, but they, kick a goal earlier on the match, and they certainly got one here off the boot of Adam Tippermuddy. So he's got, no he hasn't, he's hit the post. Oh, how unlucky was that? I thought that was a goal for all money. Minor score, little chip kick comes out for the Darwin Buffaloes. Eldridge from the pocket, up towards the wing and short of Jaden Clark. What's next? It's got an option of Luke Clark. Off hands over the interchange area. It's a little bit of feeling out going on at the moment, I reckon, Jared.
Yeah, well, certainly Tiwi Bombers started the first quarter with the authority. Swung back into Buffalo's favour in the second quarter, and a bit of an arm wrestle to start this third.
Darwin calling for a free kick there for a tackle after disposal. Darwin with numbers here at the fall of the ball, including Michael Hagan. Little kick out towards the wing, can link it up through Eldridge, the racehorse. So Darwin away with it now. Ball in the hands of Jared Stokes. Goal in the first quarter. Does the old 360, speared it in, kept the ball pretty low, overrunning the ball down there. Matt Campbell left it behind. Tiwi Bombers on the sweep, cleaned it up through Bradley Palapamini, takes it out towards the wing. Great kick, gave it off to Cunningham, runs from the wing, no one comes at him. He can go all the way here if they provide the shepherd. He gets to 50, he can take another bounce, he veers back in. This is going to be an amazing goal. He goes all the way. Jared Cunningham goes for goal. Unbelievable goal. Started right out on the wing, and Jared Cunningham carved him up.
Well, he's on my list for players that need to do more in this second half for the Tiwi Bombers, and I counted 5 bounces there, Charlie. A super goal. That's what we love about the way he plays football. Take the game on, chew the space up in front of you, and a fantastic goal to open the account for the Tiwi Bombers in the third quarter.
That beautiful step and swerve, it's such an important part of footy when you can do it at 100 miles an hour. He did it then. Jared Cunningham brought the house down here. They've come along to watch a pretty good match. Round 4 of the NTFL it is. TIO Stadium in Darwin, and the shadow starting to creep across the ground there as the sun sets behind us to the out towards the west. So the conditions start to get a little bit better. Tiwi Bombers might come into their own here. They might be inspired by that. This is a kick to a vacant wing position. First to get there will be Collison. He did pretty well. Just a nice kick over the top, isn't it? Straight into the hands of the busy Luke Clark. Comes a long way up. Kick stays inside 50. It was touched, though, under a little bit of pressure, but getting it away with Bradley Palapamini. Back to Bradley Palapamini again. And the handball is going to go back the other way. Willie Rioli dropped the foot. He's in trouble. Oh, geez, lucky to get away with that. Ball in the hands here of Liam Philpott. Gave it off. They're going to go all the way here. This is Jared Stokes. Runs in and kicks the goal.
Yeah, not sure what Liam Philpott was doing there. He took the possession and played on, and that was certainly the right call. They had all the run, but he just wasn't very... there wasn't a lot of intensity around it. But give the ball to Jared Stokes. He's got that quick turn of pace and open goal.
So they've kicked 2. Obbs got the first one. Jared Stokes that one. We can see number 21 coming on, Dylan Gordon. Just running down in front of us there.
I must mention, though, Ben McCasker, we haven't seen him come on, so that injury that he suffered in the first quarter must be significant. We got reports that it was an ACL, and that does limit their big guys, especially down back and through the midfield.
Yeah, well, it's robbed them, hasn't it, really? That's the man they wanted. Here's the kick forward again. Little push out from the back. Umpire was okay. Matty Campbell onto the loose ball. Got the handball away. And then it came off the boots there of Cameron Stokes and over the boundary line.
Yeah, what's Cameron Stokes doing up in the forward line? Maybe they've got a bit of breathing space. They can throw things around a bit. But he's certainly a player that we haven't called very much in this game. He was super last week, and no doubt he'll be keen to get his hands on the footy in this stoppage.
12-14 to 10-7. Willie Rioli gave the handball away. All buffs here. But the mark is strong. Very good, strong mark taken there by Albert Tippenwoody. And kicks, gave it straight off to Baston Priest.
50 metres here. We've got Jared Stokes that just went a little bit too close to the man having his kick. He wanted to transfer the play nice and quickly, and Jared Stokes just getting within that protective zone.
So it's going to be a Tiwi Bombers kick from right on 50. This is Jabaston Priest. I'm not sure he can kick it from there. Well, he'll kick from just inside 50. It'll take one of his best. Darwin support crew look on. Here's Priest at 50. Now the umpire was blowing his whistle. He might get the shot again, I reckon. So he's had a sighter. Or is it not his kick? Maybe the umpire's saying it's not your kick. Oh no, he wanted to get him straight on the angle.
Yeah, that was very fortunate. He had a bit of a practice shot on that one, so hopefully we can get a better result or a straighter kick at least.
Right, so he knows where to go, and he'd have the cider. Willie Rioli wants it short. He needed to go much quicker than that if he was going to give it to Willie, but he figures he can do it. Has he done any better? Well, the cider worked for him. He bangs it goal and he kicks it. Oh, I think he's discovered something here.
Learn from your mistakes, Charlie. He had a free shot at the first one, and the umpire brought him back around to be deadly straight opposite the mark, and he made no mistake the second time around.
Well, I reckon he's exploited the rules there, because as soon as you get the free kick, have a shot for goal, you know, and then the umpire says, no, you got to come back beyond the mark. Then you know exactly where you're going to kick it.
It was a great opportunity just to settle the nerves.
A good goal there. Nice goal too. Cunningham's got a couple. Willie Rioli's got a couple. Adam Tippenwoody a couple. And Priest joins them along with Liddy and McLennan. That makes their 11 goals. 11-7 Tiwi Bombers, 12-14 Darwin from the middle. Tap was won by Dylan Gordon. Tiwi Bombers with the run out of the middle. This is a high kick. It's going to bounce here. Now, even contest, will it sit well? It does. Handball over the top. They do have the runners at the moment, the Tiwi Bombers, looking okay. Austral, they're going to get to him. They do. He managed to get the handball away to Dion Munkara. He lost a turnover. Darwin win it from half-back. Up towards the wing they come. Spearing kick was a beauty. Up towards half-forward off the chest of the big man there and bounced out of bounds. Todd Miles got his chest at the footy. Just bounced off him.
And that's the difference for the Tiwi Bombers. Unfortunately, they were out and they had all the play and momentum. Just had no one deep inside the forward line, a big guy or big target to kick it to.
Matty Campbell read that, I tell you, from about a bit like you used to do, Jared. I reckon he was 20 metres back and he just started running to the front of that ruck and ran onto that footy and took it beautifully.
He did it a lot quicker.
Be across half back. Liam Philpott on the mark. He's going to go backwards even further. So they haven't got much here, the Tiwi Bombers. They'll try and work something out. There's the way through. This is Maverick Potamalui, who gave it off to Bradley Palapamini, and his kick wasn't the best. It's going to bounce and give this man a chance. Savica rather. A little bit of spillage there by Collison, but Darwin with the clean-up. Ooh, almost a chance to run on loose ball there. Philip Wheels goes to ground with it though. And the Tiwi Bombers on the charge out of defence. Here they come. This is Fernando. Up the corridor he goes. And a good reach and a good strong mark taken by their best player, Semmel. And Semmel punches. No, it wasn't Willie Rioli down there at all. It was Matthias Liddy. Matthias Liddy still trying to work for the footy. He's held it up pretty well. He's given his teammates a chance here. He's going to draw a free kick. He is. Oh, he persevered, didn't he? And he got the free kick.
Yeah, absolutely. Kept his feet, which is a good sign, and he certainly got the strength to outmuscle, I believe it was Gordon in that instance, if you can see the player on the mark. But great second effort to get the tackle, win the free kick, and now he's got a shot at goal, but tough angle.
So he kicked the goal in the second term, right up alongside the boundary line. Kicks that goal and gets it right across the face. Stays in the field of play, and up and under here. This is an up and under, and that might have just gone. It did. It was touched on the line, so it was a minor score.
That's okay. They worked the ball out pretty well outside their defensive 50 to get that scoring shot from Matthias Liddy. See if they can keep it inside now.
So the turnover here. Loose ball straight into the hands of Adam Tippenwoody. Thank you very much, and misses.
And misses. Yeah, that's an absolute gimme, that one. You need to punish the fullback there when it's a bad kick, and unfortunately Adam Tippenwoody, he's got a couple of goals to his name. He couldn't make him pay.
That was a big opportunity there. That was a real big chance to stamp some authority on this game, the Tiwi Bombers. They didn't do it. Little kick goes to Matt Campbell across half-back. He's got a runner going. They've stolen it unbelievably. Willie Rioli was clever. He's going to go to the goal line, and he misses as well. Now, he tried to handball over the top then, and Willie Rioli snatched it. He was standing on the mark.
Handballed it straight to him, actually.
So Darwin to clear this away now from their back pocket out towards the wing.
Robbie Smith, I believe.
Good player, this fella. I like him. I like the way he kicks. Big versus little here. David and Goliath. Ball hits the ground. Goliath got it, couldn't pick it up. Comes underneath. There's Goliath. He now wants to be David. You go to the ground working like a rover.
You got to love big men that throw their body on the line like that.
The other number 2 here, Jason Purantatameri, wheels around. He's busy back there in defence. He looks, there's nothing much on offer. He's going to go to the corridor. They go up the corridor whenever they can't go anywhere else, don't they? This is Dulla. Back to Jason Purantatameri again, and he was intending to get that to Dyke and he couldn't, and Cam Stokes is going to get it on the wing by himself. Comes back in field. What a beautiful little unload that was. That's from his rugby league playing days, I reckon. He gave that to his teammate, and it finished up with Campbell from a long way out, goes for goal and misses out to the right. Yes, the Stokes pass was one of those beautiful little rugby league unloads, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and I just feel for Samuel Dyke at the moment. He's doing all the right things. He's running off ops. He's making him work. He's making him come up the ground, but the turnovers that the Tiwi Bombers defensive group are doing are just killing him. He's pushing off, creating space and being a target, but the turnover on the way back is just hurting Samuel Dyke. He needs more support.
Semmel the target, but that's a great mark taken there by Hagan, wasn't it?
He's a good player, Charlie. I love what's in front of him. He's got plenty of potential.
Philpott took it and then just speared it into the pocket. Gee, Darwin just dangerous back there. You just can't leave them unattended, can you, in that forward line? And good strong mark taken. How far out's that?
Yeah, about 25, 30 metres, Charlie. But yeah, the turnover, just as I was mentioning before, just hurting Tiwi Bombers at the moment.
So 12-15 to 11-10. It could have been 12-15 to 12-9. They could have been within a goal. But now it might be a 2-goal turnaround. And this kicker goal is going to miss. Timothy Eldridge misses minor score. Well, no one's safe in this game yet, or neither of these teams.
Well, what we do know is that if one of them can get a bit of a roll on, a bit of momentum, they can pile on 3, 4, 5 goals quite easily, and both teams are capable of doing it.
There's a chance Dion Munkara, but the fist came over the top. Matt Campbell with the left fist, he punched it at the 50-metre line over the boundary line. So Darwin have got it stuck down in their forward line. They're a bit bogged at the moment, the Buffaloes. They've kicked a couple of goals, but so have the Tiwi Bombers. And this is going to roll to the boundary line. So they're forcing it, aren't they? Tiwi Bombers, no real, kick to position here. They're just forcing it up.
No, there's not a lot of fluency with their style of play, but Semmel has been absolutely fantastic for the Tiwi Bombers, and players need to help him out.
Nathan Woodley goes to him now. Oh, that handball was terrific again, wasn't it? Cameron Stokes gave it out beautifully. Ball left on the ground. Tiwi Bombers can break now. This kick's got to hit a target. It doesn't. It gave it to Hagan. Hagan charges at the footy. They took it off him. And the kick around the body then came from Dulla, and Dulla's been penalised. Eldridge with the footy, punched and gave to Stokes. Stokes with a handball, Cameron Stokes knocked it back to a teammate, snap for goal from about 13 metres out and bangs it through. That's Jalen Clark.
Jalen Clark, geez, they did pretty well to get away with that. Timothy Eldridge played on and then decided not to, but it was too late, and they scrambled a goal, and great snap by Jalen Clark.
So Darwin have an appointment with Nightcliff next week in round 5. Tiwi Bombers play Wanderers. So Darwin might be looking at 3 wins in a row if they can get this one out the way. I mean, that'd be a good year for them. They'd have lost by a point to Saints, who played in the grand final. Then they beat Wanderers. If they beat Tiwi here and then beat Nightcliff, they're a team to be worried about, I reckon.
Absolutely, they're certainly going to cause some damage in this competition, and we'll be pushing for a finals place. And the outs with Christopher Moreland and Dean Holloman still to come back in really sets them up quite well.
And I must say, Jared, I thought Moreland last week was just terrific. He was a really good player for them, so they'll miss him. Quick hands here, finishes up with Bradley Palapamini down to the middle of the ground, floating back, taking a good strong mark there is Jabaston Priest. Here's Semmel. He got the kick away. Darwin in front position, hands on the foot. He just couldn't complete the marks. They've been paid. Yes, it has. He held it long enough, I reckon. Handball here to Collison. Comes away off half back. Out wide, finds Timothy Eldridge with some space in front of him. Timmy on the bike. Driving kick. Just going to drop a little short. Made it hard for that man down there in Obst.
They've certainly set up a lot better on him in this third quarter, and creating some options with the run now.
Well, I reckon they're making it difficult. The Darwin kick's not as good as it going into him.
There's a good point, Charlie. Pressure up the ground certainly helps with the defenders.
Now there's a free kick. It's a Darwin free kick here. I reckon it's going to go to Williams, as it is. And screaming for it out in front of us here is Sean Wilson out on the wing. He's going to go shorter than that. And, gee, a little bit of holding on umpire. That's got to be a free kick. It is. He now gets it.
That is a bad kick by Damien Williams. He had 4 options there and all into space, and unfortunately he just stuffed the kick.
So that kick comes straight back in at right angles into the hands here of none other than that man in Baston Priest. Kicks right down to the goal line. Underneath it, Matthias Liddy. Goal. I reckon he's got it. That's a good goal. Just body strength, that's all.
Sensational goal. Priest, the big fella, taking on Cameron Stokes there with a bit of pace and getting the ball deep and long, and one-on-one contest. Matthias, that's where you want to see him. That's where he does his best work and uses his body and got the goal.
He's got 2 now. 1 in the second, 1 in the third. He could be the difference in this. I wonder who's got the job on him. Thomas McDowell, I think, is back there for Darwin in defence. It is. That's him there, the number 20. Matthias Liddy might be telling him about that, saying, well, that's 2. I'm sort of coming hoping to kick 5 today.
He just needs more opportunity and more football, more forward entries by the Tiwi Bombers. And as we've just called that match-up, Charlie, they've made a switch. Williams is now on Liddy.
Oh, okay. Look at that gang tackling working together. The Darwin Buffaloes, terrific work in the middle. They come away off Matty Campbell's boot down towards the half-forward line. That's a terrific mark by the brilliant Philip Wills.
Very clever, great body work. He would have learned that from Darren Ewing, I reckon, and playing with him in Thunder.
Oh, he's kicking. He doesn't have that many shots at goal, does he? He's got 1 in this quarter. He's given the old legs a bit of a rub there.
We certainly lifted his work rate since the first quarter, and if he can snag another goal here, 2 against his name, he's certainly done his job.
Long way out. That's a nice kick. He's hit it pretty well. He's pretty happy with it, but he's missed. Minor score. So it gives the Tiwi Bombers just a little more hope here. They're within striking distance. A couple of goals down.
Absolutely. They haven't been able to just bury them yet, Charlie. They're just allowing the Tiwi Bombs to stay in touch.
Let's look at that little measured kick. Was nice, wasn't it, to Dulla? And Dulla again with another little kick. So they're playing the old Tiwi, chipping around, working through Pontamalui back to Dulla, and then back through Bradley Palapamini. And he's turned it over because there's too many Darwin players there, far too many of them. And this handball will get through. He's going to be in trouble here, I reckon. That's Sean Wilson. It's a free kick here. And the opposite number 10, Vagona Ross. So Camden Vagona Ross has it inside defensive 50. They can't get out of the defensive area at the moment.
No, they're pretty happy playing that high position game of footy, but as soon as they start looking in ball, they seem to turn it over. And here we go again. The kick falls short.
Petrie. And they got in the back there of Semmel. Umpires look after players who just get so much of the footy, I reckon. Not surprising. Well, not in a wrong or bad way. I mean, he just gets so much of it.
They're normally first of the footy, Charlie, and they normally get their head over it as well. So generally it evens out.
Savika in the way at centre half back. Comes out to the wing. Now he's kicked a 2-on-1 here. And 3-on-1 in the end. Now becomes 3-on-2 to the boundary line he goes as Petrie. He had nowhere to go.
No, he had nowhere to go. No, it was a 3-on-1 and poor decision in the end, I think, to kick it that way. But good result. Boundary throw-in.
I reckon both these teams are saving themselves for a last quarter effort here. Do you know that? They realise that you're going to have to kick a goal, but you could kick goals now. You know, in this late in this third term.
There's a sense of building here, Charlie.
This is not going to come out, I don't think. It is. It comes out through the agency of Cameron Stokes. Sends it down to the forward line. Loose ball picked up. Going to go all the way here.
That is Watson.
Watson runs in and kicks the goal. He got behind them all and he kicked the goal.
Yeah, great kick forward by Cameron Stokes there, and Watson just in the right position, keeping his feet. Was able to run onto an open goal. Nice and easy one for him.
And a happy Alan Obbs down there cheering his teammates on. You can feel the energy go out of the game. It's almost like, you know, we'll see this through, and, you know, no goals will be scored in the last 3 or 4 minutes, but that's the time to do it, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's been referred to as a red time or time on, and quite often if you've got the superior fitness, you've done more work on the track, you can kick a lot of goals in that period of the game.
So ball up in the middle here, close to three-quarter time. Darwin with a handy lead here, 14-17 to 12-10. But the Tiwi Bombers still working hard. Here's Willie Rioli showing some magic out there, but he's turned it over again. There's hard running at the footy down there was Savika. Willie Rioli again, still couldn't. Will he get another one? He didn't.
He does.
Tyres leading now, Willie Rioli. That's how he gets so many stats. He gets 3 in about a minute. It's Braden McLennan. I think he's making his debut today. Peter Atkinson was telling me about him yesterday when we were over at the Islands. I was over there with Peter. It's a good day. Handball out. Dion Munkara sends it rolling for a goal. He does. Nice goal. Classic Tiwi goal.
Oh, isn't it? Not your traditional or conventional way of kicking the goals, but if it works and it gets through, might as well go with it. And Dion Munkara is very clever in front of goals. He started down back on the flank, and now he's pushed forward to create some havoc for the Tiwi Bombers.
So score check, 14-17 Darwin, close to three-quarter time, 13-10 Tiwi Bombers. Just, what are we in at? A couple of goals there? Yes, it is. I think it's about 2 goals. 88 plays, 101, so 13 points the margin. Tiwi can set this up with a goal here late. If the siren allows them to get that kick away, Semmel goes in and gets it. Does really well to give the handball back. Linked it up to Petrie. Petrie's long kick. Darwin in best position for the mark down here. They didn't take it though, but they were able. That was Hagan who did some good work. Went searching out there to link it up with Smith, but couldn't get it to him. Won instead by Mununguric. He went forward with it. And turnover comes quickly back out to Dulla. Takes a strong mark out on the wing, or between the wing and the centre of the ground. He'll go with a little poke over the top, and the handball is given to Bradley Palapamini, and then further off to Dulla. And Dulla's kicked down towards the half-forward line, rolling ball. Gee, under pressure was Priest, turned it over. Darwin win it. Timothy Eldridge on the charge. Oh, he can go. He can keep going. They're telling him to keep running. He does. He punches forward to the big man. They knocked it away from him. They've woken up to him. They're playing him a little bit better at the moment, aren't they, the Tiwi Bombers?
Absolutely.
Jared, they're doing a much better job now, cutting off that avenue. Dion Munkara with the footy. I just feel a little bit of a resurgence here from the Bombers. They need a goal, though. Gee, he was unlucky then. McLennan. I reckon Hagan might have had a little bit of his jumper then. Umpire's very generous today. Semmel dispossessed. Semmel gets there again. He's not able to hold it up though. Gordon comes away with the footy. Umpire picks a free kick out of it this time. It's going to go to Dylan Gordon.
Semmel a little bit too eager on that occasion, giving away the high kick, but it certainly brought the crowd into the game, Charlie. It's sensational at the moment.
Obbs at the back. Gee, terrific work back in defence. The Tiwi Bombers here at the moment. Those kicks are getting over the top of Obbs. Got to hold this mark in front position. Adam Tippenwoody. He'll clean up.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, he's got the free kick anyway. He has it across half back. Goes to the middle over the umpire's head. Nice kick. Links it up through Canis Tipperman Tamiri. Out towards the wing. Mark taken there by Dulla. Arnold Dulla's had plenty of it.
He's been good in the last 2 quarters, Charlie. A bit quiet in the first, but certainly provided a bit of a spark for Tiwi.
Hector Tippenwoody. And Hector goes towards the pocket. That's a great kick. Get over the top. No one to clean up. They really wanted Shaney Ostrel to be running onto that, but he didn't. This ball is going to stay in the field of play. It is. Nice mark taken there by Timothy Eldridge. Been good, Tim, hasn't he, back there?
Yeah, well, he certainly worked his way into the game, and his aerobic capacity is sensational, pushing into space.
So Eldridge from the half-back line up towards the wing he goes, and running hard at the footy, not able to take the mark was Leon Philpott, and the Tiwi Bombers get it. They just didn't make the best of that junk time there, I don't reckon, the Tiwi Bombers, and Darwin were able to hold them out. So at the three-quarter time break, the Darwin Buffaloes lead 14-17, 101 to the Tiwi Bombers 13-10, 88. Jared.
Yeah, Tiwi Bombers brought themselves back into the game and brought the crowd into it as well, and that's going to suit their style coming into the last quarter. They just play a high possession, dangerous kind of style of football. When they go inboard and they don't hit that target, it just creates all sorts for the defenders. Mind you, I thought the back line worked pretty well in that instance. So sets up for a very interesting last quarter, Charlie.
So it was 14 points the difference in favour of Darwin at half-time, and in 27.5 minutes, the Tiwi Bombers were able to reduce it by a massive 1 point. 13 points the difference at three-quarter time. The Buffaloes 14-17, the Bombers 13-10.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tyre.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Sprint around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! Yes! All clear.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
So last quarter about to get underway here. Wanderers have been out having a little warm-up, and Tiwi Bombers making their way back out on the field. They've got some work to do. They've got to kick a couple of goals to get within a point. 13 points to margin. Darwin 14-17, Tiwi 13-10. Kieran Davis to give us the stats.
Thanks, Charlie. Tiwi have really been dominating the possession throughout the whole game. 63 kicks to 46 in that quarter, 164 to 148 for the game. In the marks as well, 27 to 15 Tiwi's way, 72 to 54 for the game. Inside 50s though, Darwin continued to lead in that department, 25 to 15, 57 to 36 for the game. Centre clearances evened up a bit, 4 to Darwin, 5 to Tiwi. And in the tackles, Darwin tripled their tackle count. They had 6 for that quarter to Tiwi's 4.
Good on you, Kieran. Thanks for that. Kieran Davis with those stats as the teams start to make their way back out onto the ground there. But that kick tally is an interesting one. The Tiwi Bombers 63 to 46 against Darwin. They just chipped it around. That's why, and they had all the marks as well, Jared, didn't they? 27 to 15.
Yeah, that's right, mate. The high possession of the Tiwi Bombers can be dangerous at times, but there was certainly something about them that quarter. They were up and about. They were trying. They were willing. They were creating. The defence was a lot better structured. So they're certainly in this game, and they can pile on goals very quickly. So really looking forward to the last quarter.
Should be a good quarter. Last quarter about to get underway here. Round 4 of the NTFL from the TIO Stadium in Darwin. Umpire hurls it aloft, and Tiwi Bombers to get the first tap out of the middle by Priest, but Darwin get the first kick away down towards their forward line. Down there was Stokes, Cameron Stokes. Spillage comes to the hands of the running player in Terry Fernando. He goes Juan Orsto from the wing. He comes. Not a good kick from him. Set made it really. Take it up, he is.
Yeah, they're going a long way to goal, Charlie, but if they can maintain position, every chance.
So Tiwi Bombers have it where they want it. They're like an early. You've just got to do it. The light's just starting. That kick wasn't the best, but gee, that was a bad down there by for going much under the footy, and this man comes charging out. This is Alan Obst. 7 goals today on debut for the Darwin Buffaloes. His little chip kick in, might have been a little bit of holding down. Umpire says it's all okay, and the kick around the body's going to go through for a minor score.
Jalen Clark, very ambitious on that occasion, but again, coming back to that one-on-one contest with Obst and Dyke, that's okay. Allowing Obst to get the mark outside the 50, that's a win.
Well, they've stopped the bleeding, haven't they? Because he kicked 3 goals in the first 3, in the second only 1 in the third, Obst. When they hold him down here, they'll do pretty well. Hit the Bombers. 2 to beat. Oh, gee, done well here. Albert Tippenwood, he comes away with the footy. Kicks it down towards the goal line. Got right over the back. Can he get to it? He will. Of course he will. He runs in and kicks the goal. Matthias Liddy's got 3. He got behind the line, then it came out of hands, landed in the goal square and stopped like it hit a mud patch, and he went in and kicked the goal.
Damien Williams still pleading with the umpire for a push in the back, but he did well to get front position, but the ball just carried over the top. Matthias able to keep his feet and kick the goal. That's the one they wanted.
A good goal, closes the gap, 14-10 to 14-18. Don't go away. Round 4 of the NTFL, TIO Stadium, Darwin. Glorious night. It's Halloween tonight. I haven't seen any monsters yet, but they might start appearing before the night's out.
You're not scared of ghosts, Charlie, are you?
Only if I'm by myself,
yeah,
Jared, I tell you. I've got friends with me, I'm right. Pretty even punch out of the middle there. No one with a real clear advantage, but Darwin did okay from it. And this little kick gets up towards the half-forward line. That's a little kick out wide. It was cleverly done to Sebastian Priest, but he didn't get away with it, and Darwin's done well to get it up towards the wing. That was a terrific kick and a nice mark. Judged it well. Sean Wilson spears the ball back in. Runners everywhere for them. Finish it up in the hands here of Collison. Collison loads it up forward. Knocked away by the Tiwi Bomber defence. Down to centre half back it comes. Loose ball gathered in here, stepping one way and the other. Liam Philpott. He's under pressure. He gave it back, worked it through Luke Clark. Clark brings it down towards Obst. Obst with the footy. He has to lose it because they got hold of him. Good play Obst onto the loose ball. Obst picks it up. They get to Obst and put him under pressure. Great defensive work down here. Cool under pressure. Matt Campbell says thank you very much. Kicks the goal.
Yeah, Matt Campbell just using his experience there. Just keep out of the pack. Keep his position in the forward square. And Obst just willing the ball forward, and an open goal. Easy goal to Matt Campbell.
They were hanging all over Obst, weren't they? They were making his life as miserable as they possibly could. I reckon he's starting to show signs of running out of puff, the big man. He's had a big half, certainly has. There's Matt Campbell. That's a great goal from him. They needed to get one back, Darwin, after the Tiwi Bombers closed on them. That's 15-18 to 14-10.
Be interesting, Charlie, if Tiwi can just sneak their noses in front, what that will do to the mentality and the confidence of the team. So the boys, if they can keep working hard and keeping the ball going forward 50 with the Semmel kick, they're in with a chance.
Kick from Semmel is terrific. Here's the run, Jared Cunningham along the boundary line. Jared Cunningham, if you don't mind, had a shot right across the face of goals, off the chest and out of bounds. Is he okay? Looks like he cannoned into the fence. Michael Hagan showing some concern there. Gee,
yeah,
landed awkwardly, didn't he? Straight into the fence.
They both ran out of room there, and Cunningham with a shot at goal, but drifting across the face. I call that pocket the Ross Tungatalan pocket.
Oh, you can kick him from there?
Oh, yeah, without looking. But he's not playing today, so...
Was this right forward pocket down here?
Yes.
Or the St Mary's one?
No, this one right here.
Side.
He's kicked them some amazing goals playing for Saints and Tiwi.
Well, that's where all the Saints supporters sit, don't they?
Yes.
He'll be doing it for them. Here's the run from out of defence by Collison up towards the wing, and seen safely over by Luke Clark. Darwin have it out of the danger area, so it's up in that wing position over near the scoreboard on the eastern side of the stadium here, TIO Stadium in Darwin, which, if you've never been here, is right alongside the airport. If you come in at night and the footy's on, it's a beautiful sight. You can see the lights. It's all lit up. It looks terrific. He's got his head down, hasn't he, Timmy Eldridge? Gets it down to the 50, putting his ears back and running hard as Campbell. Inside 50. Campbell might do it again. He's outside 50. Went with the little kick. Put it into a teammate. Gave it to Wilson. Wilson gave it off the boot to Stokes. This is Jared Stokes. Goes for goal. Jared Stokes and delivers. He's got 3. It was a good goal. The build-up was terrific. Matty Campbell involved in it, and it was delivered by Jared Stokes in the end.
Great finish there by Jared Stokes, and just too much space there. The little players, smaller forwards, and Sean Wilson and Matty Campbell and Jared Stokes just having way too much space there to do what they want. Need a bit more work from the Tiwi Bombers to push back and help the defenders out.
So they've kicked away again just when the Tiwi Bombers looked like they were a bit of a chance. They've now been pushed out to a 20-point margin, 16-18 to 14-10. Still time left, plenty left. Will be 20 minutes and a bit left for the Tiwi Bombers to muster up 3 goals. I don't know if they can do it. Willie Rioli's punch kick forward was a beauty. Gee, that was a good kick. Came off the chest though. You got to hold on to those. They didn't. And this work of Michael Hagan back there, he's been terrific, I reckon, today. Keith Murungudic runs away on the wing, ran a long way. Kick let him down, or did he mean it to go like that?
You never know.
He's got the salmon boots on. It's a bit fishy about that.
He's still going.
This is Keith Murungudic, goes for goal. He's missed.
There's a great work rate from the centre wing all the way down to have a shot at goal. So the kick wasn't great, but like you said, Joe, it might have been part of the plan. I'll get it back here.
It was almost from half back it started, didn't it? It was a real push down. So Tiwi Bombers now, what can they do? There's nothing happening for them at the moment. They need the big mark and a couple of big kicks getting underneath the footy. Petrie couldn't take the mark. Too many Darwin players, but he draws the free kick, so he's fortunate. Maybe that was part of the plan.
Yeah, just outside there, Timmy Eldridge. He's been good for Buffs though. Just giving away the free kick on that occasion.
One hand at the mark. Matt Campbell in the way, just holds it all up. And then gets the footy, and now it's trapped underneath him, and he's not going anywhere. But you know what? He did what he had to do. He held it up.
They've certainly been better around the stoppages down Buffalo, so they'll be happy with that result.
Campbell, clever. Spills out of the hands of Dylan Gordon in front of those adoring Buffalo fans. That's where they sit, right down there in that half forward.
Yeah, you can just see that the Tiwi Bombers have just lost a little bit of their spark.
They haven't done a hard pre-season.
And that's in the dying stages of a close game. That's where you're going to get found out. But we know, give them some space. They certainly love running with the football, Charlie. Fitness doesn't matter then.
No, that's right, when you got it in your hand. Jason Purantatameri, his effort today has been superb, hasn't it?
Well, again, putting him down back has just settled the whole team, I think. You know, you got the two bookends, Purantatameri down back and Matthias Liddy up front, and everything else in between has just sort of settled things down a bit. So it's been a good move.
Shane Ostrell, he's at half back, in front of that Michael Long Learning and Leadership Centre, and good strong mark taken here by Damien Williams. From hero to villain, if he can help them win this one. That's unfair to him, because that game against Saints was just a terrific game, and he did have that chance late to kick a goal. Now this man takes the mark. That's Clark, and he went straight across and he tried to give it off to the man we thought it might have been in Obst.
This is where they're dangerous. Turnover.
Hit the corridor. Now they've got him running here everywhere, and it's going to get in the direction of Jared Cunningham, and he'll go all the way here. He'll take him on, he'll step back in, he goes back, he went with a handball over the top. He should try and get it back again. It's Matthias Liddy. He'll line up and go for goal, I reckon. It's a good kick. It looked terrific off the boot. It's a goal.
Snap. He certainly did it the hard way. It was a poor handball in the end by Cunningham. It was just too loopy, but he kicks them goals, and he knows no matter what position.
10 to 16, 20.
He's had to work hard too, Matthias. He's been chucked into the ruck to help his midfield out, and they're certainly undermanned in that area. So, considering his efforts in the first quarter where he was down back, he certainly worked his way into the game.
16 points the margin here at the 10-minute mark, final term. Tiwi Bombers led by 9 at quarter time. Darwin by 14 at half time. Darwin by 13 at three-quarter time, and out to a 16-point lead now, midway through this final term. 5th place Darwin playing the 8th place Tiwi Bombers. Tiwi Bombers haven't won a game this year. 3 games and 3 losses. Darwin 1 win from 3 losses. Looking for make it 2-2 today. That's a kick down towards the half-forward line. McLennan knocked it over cleverly. Semmel going past. Skidding over the footy was McLennan down there as well. And Semmel, rather. And Semmel can't come with. They slung him away.
He's a tough player, Charlie. I like how he goes about his business, and he's just been super.
He's been an outstanding player today, isn't he? I'm not sure there's anyone that could match him today. No. He's been brilliant. Gee, that's a good tackle too, to hold it up. Nothing wrong with that. That's going to draw the free kick. That's an inspirational thing from Arnold Duller. I didn't realise Duller played on. I was looking back to see why he was taking so long, and the ball had gone on another 50 metres. Good body. Super game from this man too, Jason Purantatameri. I tell you what, he's worked so hard in defence. It won't be his fault if they lose. Into the hands of Sean Wilson. Campbell on the clean-up. Campbell with his ears back, runs hard from defence, takes a bounce on the swerve, takes another one, gets to the wing, bangs it away with the left boot, drops it down towards the forward line. And they're going to have to work hard to get out of trouble here. Here's Adam Tippenwoody, takes a bounce and away he goes, runs away from Philip Wheels, bangs away with the left boot, out wide towards the boundary line. Will it stay in the field of play for Dion Munkara? Yes, it does. Munkara with the football, kicks nice, gave it off to Vagona Ross, who mucked it up.
Oh, I was out on the full, Charlie. The kick was just too cute. Ran out of space.
Yeah, it's unfair to blame Vagona Ross for that. It was out of bounds.
I'm sticking up for you, mate.
Yeah. Little kick in the mark taken there in front of Shane Ostrell.
Certainly dangerous on that far side, Charlie. They create the turnover in the 15, and they're gone. They're gone on the other side.
Darwin are being clever here, aren't they? I mean, they're just going to steady this game right down.
Yeah, well, they haven't been the best users of the ball since half-time, so they've got to be careful. They still want to be attacking the goals and making sure they put scoreboard pressure.
Hobbs has been gang tackled and thrown to the ground. They've closed on him so much, haven't they? They've worked him out in the end, but he did the damage earlier on with 7 incredible goals. 6 in a flurry and then 1 at the top of the third. Semmel. Still best on ground for mine.
Yeah, I probably would have put someone on him, Charlie. He's just had a major impact for the Tiwi Bombers. That is a long kick, great kick.
That's a roost. Spillage back into the hands of McDowell. Did well, knocked on cleverly Robert Smith, who's such a good player. Handball, Sean Wilson. Up towards half forward, blocked by Pontamalui. He was dispossessed. Kick comes in, hoping to get it off to Watson, who kicked that great goal in the third term.
Manunguric wasn't able to get the handball back to his teammate and Watson, but that's okay. That's a forward 50 inside the Darwin Buffaloes attacking zone.
A goal and 10 points the margin. That's what it is. So you've got to kick 3 goals to win it, the Tiwi Bombers, and if Darwin can kick another one here where they're a bit of a chance right to the goal line, but good defensive punch back there. Philip Wills couldn't do much about that. The Tiwi Bombers saw it over.
Tipamuri playing in the back line. He would have had about 5 or 6 shots at goal, Charlie. I think he's got a couple to his name. Yes, he's got 2, but now he's taken the kick-ins.
Up through Dyke. Dyke gets on the right boot, up towards the wing. They were parked underneath the footy then was Terry Fernando. He still wants a bit of it, Terry. He's not going to get it, though, I don't think. The run was good. Here he is. Now he's going to get it, Terry Fernando, and then he gives it back to Semmel. And Semmel gets almost a 50. They take him out, and they got him around the legs, but it's all okay. Here's the run forward. Oh, he just got the handball away. Umpire says, well, I gave you some latitude last time. I'm not going to let you get away with it second time. He did really. He did let him. There should have been a free kick before that to Darwin.
Yeah, I thought Savika's tackle was sensational, but you're right. The beauty about those, the intent's there, Charlie. They're trying to win this game. They're taking the players on and doing what they can to try and get the ball forward.
Oh, that's a strong mark, isn't it? Only one man was going to mark that, and that was Sean Wilson. He goes to the centre. Tiwi Bombers win it. And they get it over the back. Where's the runners? Here they come. Well, the kick. Oh, tried to kick it off the ground, and it just bounced away. Went through for a minor score.
Cunningham almost got beat to ball there to sneak in another goal, and that would have really boosted the crowd.
Kicked a couple today, Jared. One particular one we'll remember for a long time. Woodley. Out of bounds on the full, so the ball comes back here to Shane Ostrell. So they're going to keep the pressure on here. You've got a feeling they're pressed. They've got to get a goal with all the pressing they're doing.
Still enough time too, Charlie.
I think they know, kick this goal and then we'll make a real 100% run at it.
Yeah.
But again, this is run too hard at the footy, and Michael Hagan's been dispossessed. He's going to be penalised. That was a good tackle. There was nowhere for Michael Hagan to go. And that was a great tackle laid on there by Priest. Sebastian Priest. Now, what sort of kick is he?
Well, he fortunately had 2 shots at goal in that third quarter there, where he missed the first one, but the second opportunity, and we know he can kick it. And on this occasion, he sprays it to the left.
See, it's almost unforgivable, isn't it, when you get those opportunities and you don't deliver. You must kick goals from there. Sean Wilson. It's the difference between winning and losing, I reckon. You don't want to single out players late in the game, but when you've got those shots, you've got to convert.
Oh, absolutely. Take the moment and get the momentum back in your team's favour.
Here's Gordon. Ball left behind by Philip Wills. Oh, the brilliant Jason Purantatamiri. Look at him. He's prepared to take anyone on. He's a great running back, I tell you. He's a beauty. Kicks it out wide. Finds Canis Tipperman-Tamiri. Lovely kick straight into the hands of Shane Ostrell. They need to kick some goals now. They need to get that scoreboard moving. Willie Rioli has it. Kicks to this horror area, and that's a great Marco. The little fella flew Robert Smith. Small as he is.
Didn't he?
That is a telling mark. That's a match-winning mark, really. 18-minute mark.
Interesting forward setup here by Darwin Buffaloes. They've put Philip Wills deep inside the forward 50 as full forward, and Ops is playing up the ground, and I think they've just lost that battle. And I'm sure having Wills in through the midfield is much better for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Maybe that's a little push there, so the free kick is going to go here to Obst.
There's not a lot of benefit to get for Obst getting the football in that position. He's certainly more dangerous getting the ball around 35-40 metres out in front of goal.
Semmel got involved in that, got another handball away, another possession. Here's Hagan. Kicks it up forward, but waiting back there, taking a strong mark in defence is Adam Tipmoody. Couple of goals in this quarter. Goes out wide, bouncing ball here. Will sit for the running Dion Munkara. They'll come hard at him. He'll take a bounce. The chaser is Jared Stokes. He goes to 360, gets on the left boot, gets it up towards the wing, did pretty well. He was played on, then the umpires say he played on, I reckon he did, and then he penalised. That's really unfortunate, Fernando. He took the first option, he played on, and then he was pinged. Collison down through Murunguric. So Murunguric has it just forward of the wing, and is that going to be a mark to Liam Philpott? No, says the umpire. A little knock over the top. They're pressing the Tiwi Bombers. They just can't get the elusive goal that they need in a hurry. Darwin have got this line across here waiting for those missed kicks, aren't they? And that's a telling blow because Philpott.
Yeah, that kick inside always has hurt the Tiwi Bombers every time. And that occasion, Philip Wills just by himself and 25-30 metres out, and you expect him to go back and kick the goal.
Jared, you have to think, if only Ross Tungatullam was here in this last quarter, he would have. He'd love the setup as it is when this would just suit him down to the ground. What's happening here in the last quarter?
Oh, absolutely. This type of game where there's literally no tackles and open style of footy, and Ross just needs a split second to make you pay, and he would have lapped up these conditions.
So Philip Wills, he's got a goal in the second. He's directly out in front. He can make it impossible. He doesn't. He gets a minor score.
He's keeping it interesting for the crowd, Charlie.
Well, is there a pulse? I reckon there's 4 minutes left. They've got to kick a couple of goals in a hurry. They're down by 15 points. So if they can get 3, nothing's impossible in footy these days, I don't reckon, but they've got to get it at the other end of the ground. That's where they need it in a hurry. Straight into the hands here of Keith Murunguric. Handball across. Second effort here by Wilson. He won't miss. Directly out in front. Sean Wilson kicks a victory for the Darwin Buffaloes.
He's had a very quiet game, Sean Wilson, but don't give him any opportunities because he makes you pay. And we've seen a few goals like that outside of the right foot, check side, and slotted that one with ease.
Well, they'll be singing that song. We heard it played when they ran out on the ground tonight, the Buffalo song, which we haven't heard at Marara over the last few. Well, we heard a bit of it last year and a little bit of it this year, but we're going to hear much more of it, I reckon. This is a good victory for them tonight. 17-22 to 15-12. That's 39 shots to 27, so they really have dominated on the scoreboard, although they've been inaccurate. Look at that beautiful sky, Jared.
Oh, it's sensational, isn't it? Where else would you rather be, Charlie?
Oh, no, we'll be sitting right here with you calling the footy. Almost full time here. So it was a 9-point lead to Tiwi at quarter time, 14 Darwin and half, 13 Darwin at three-quarter time, and they've pushed the lead right out now to 22 points here late in this final term. Eldridge, good. What a good game from him today.
Yeah, he's been super. Great contribution from him.
They've had lots of good players, you know. You think him. I was thinking earlier on of Michael Hagan in defence, you know, just worked so hard back there, didn't he?
Yeah, certainly. I think the second half was much better for him. Matty Campbell, Philip Wells, Murunguric has been popping up in the second half, so plenty out it for Darwin Buffaloes. They got plenty of options. The big guys were creating a lot of havoc for the Tiwi Bombers' defence, and they're able to capitalise on that. But they do have a lot of options too. As we see now, Philip Wills has come out of the fourth. Goal square to now be on the ball.
Throw in at the wing. True position here. Darwin through Philip Wills. Win it. Handball out to Collison. Collison's kicked down towards the forward line. All Tiwi Bombers back there in defence. They were holding the Darwin player out there in Obst and didn't give him a chance. Tiwi to the middle. And the mark, no, he's dropped it. That's Duller. And he's pulled off the footy. He's going to draw a free kick. He's lucky.
The classic. Classic Tiwi play. He's done it well.
Hagan. With Fernando. Hagan gets back there again. Assistance comes. This time through Watson. Watson gets it. They couldn't get Watson. And then he spears it with the left boot. That is a nice kick. Gave it off to Murunguric. Murunguric comes back in field through Collison. Collison down to centre half forward. That's a great mark. Obbs. No, it's no mark. He's onto the loose ball. In fact, it's not Obbs. It's Luke Clark. Kicks forward. Now it's finished up with Clark. Jalen Clark got the kick away. Ball's on the ground. Comes out to Clark, who rolls it down to the goal line. The Tiwi ought to concede this, and they will in the end. Gee, Darwin were going to kick the goal 4 times then.
Jalen Clark and Luke Clark makes it hard, Charlie, for the call. But having a few shots on goal, but Tiwi's defence stands up on this occasion. Siren
imminent. Adam Tippenwoody has it across centre half back, goes to the middle. Handball over from the Tiwi Bombers down towards their half-forward line. They get a mark down here late in the game. No, too many Darwin players in defence. They've done well. They've worked this out. He's played terrifically well. Cameron Stokes as well. Out wide, this man lifting too, Jeremy Watson, when they need him. Sometimes you get that players who are down a little bit, are still a little bit fresh, aren't they? They can lift when you need them late in the game, and that's a contribution that you can, that's worth having.
And absolutely, and that's been very noticeable for the Darwin Buffaloes across the board. They've had a high number of players contribute to the team strategy, the team game plan, and it shows in the possessions, it shows in the centre clearances, and it shows in the forward entries.
Watson to Cameron Stokes, who went forward with the kick. Handball came out through Dion Munkara, kicked it out wide. Finishes up now with Shane Ostrell. Ostrell on the wing. Siren's going to go in his second. What have we played? 25 and a bit minutes. So the ball just rebounding between the two half-back lines. There it is. It's all over. Finished up in the hands of Jeremy Watson as the siren went. Good on you, Jeremy. Had a good game here. Finished strongly for the Darwin Buffaloes, but they come away with a pretty good win. 23 points the margin. In the end, the Buffaloes 17-23 have beaten the Tiwi Bombers 15-12.
Better players, Charlie. Obviously, Semmel for the Tiwi Bombers. William Rioli Jr. Got a fair bit of the football. I thought he still has a lot to offer the Bombers, but he was good. Matthias Liddy ended up with 4 goals, so that's a great return considering he started down back. For the Darwin Buffaloes, Obbs with 7 goals. Great start to his career in NTFL footy. Philip Wells, Damien Williams, I thought was solid in defence, and then they had a lot more contributors across the board. However, their scoring inaccuracy will be something that Mark Motlop will have to work on at training.
Tiwi Bombers?
Yeah, Tiwi Bombers, again, they play that high possession game of footy. They do need to work on their fitness, but I think in the second half they were much more settled. Whatever the assistant coaches and Brian Stanislaus and Brenton Toy were saying at half time, and obviously the head coach William Rioli Sr. worked. They were much more settled, a little bit more direct. I think as the season goes on, they will get better.
Thanks, Jared. Thanks for that. So 9 points to Tiwi Bombers at quarter time, but Darwin turned it around from that point on. 14 points the margin at half time. 13 at 3/4 time. They've ran out winners here by 23 points. The Darwin Buffaloes home in this round 14 match. 17-23 to the Tiwi Bombers 15-12.